happened last week other than killing that thing and then getting in the car and leaving?
Well, why did we kill it for? What was the motivation, the driving
This
factor?
tequila smells good.
Oh, that was for
He was creeping in the wrong part of town,
That was for
and we had to
Zarya.
teach him a lesson. And we took out those kneecaps.
Killed him to make sure that Lucas fulfilled his pact or whatever, his so he get his soul back and his wife back or fiance back.
He's the
whatever.
hash-slinging slasher. That's why we killed him.
excuse me.
Ooh, so we're doing a group recap and filling in each other's gaps.
I'm
Like filling in your
for it. I'm
gap.
here for it.
Oh, you're gonna fill in my gaps? Thanks, Lee. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Tell me when we're
Yeah,
rolling.
I'm recording, so you can go ahead and hit it whenever.
Well, last week on Dragon These Balls, we went ahead and we tied up this very long fight with Yanogu, which at the very end, after all the magic that had been thrown, all the ridiculous spells, the thing that kills the guy is an Eldritch Blast to the face. That's apparent.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. I can't argue with that. And at the last minute, we see our heroes rescuing someone, jumping in a beat-up vehicle, and riding away.
You know the ironic part about killing him with an Eldritch Blast?
What?
Is that there's probably some warlocks now who can no longer use Eldritch Blast after killing him with Eldritch Blast.
Mm-hmm.
How ironic.
All right.
Yeah, as a warlock, what do you do in a campaign if your patron dies?
You are no
Get a
longer
new
a
patron.
warlock. That's
You
what
just
happened.
get
You
a
have
new
to find a new
patron.
patron.
Time to go
You
suck
probably
other
just
demon
killed
dick.
somebody's patron, most likely.
What if, ironically, if you're the one that killed your patron?
Then you have to find a new patron. But also, realistically speaking, your patron could just cut you off and just say, you know what? I'm not letting you use my power to kill me. So there, you don't have powers anymore.
I did that in campaign 1.
Yeah, he did. Now, that's not a spoiler or anything, but you could just imagine most demon lords and most devil princes probably have warlocks who serve them, most likely.
Anyway.
Yeah, good chat.
Anyway, so anything else?
Lucas cut off his head and took it with him.
Yep.
You did
Kept
do
the
that.
head.
Whenever
We're
you guys
on our way to
finally,
go see that girl.
that would be
That
Zariel.
Yeah, that
She's
girl.
not just that
That
girl. It's
girl.
not just your girl.
I want to go
Zariel.
see that girl.
How about them dogs?
Can I pet that dog? Sorry, I don't know why I thought about that. All right, so that's where we're at. That will work. So, as you dramatically speed away in a hell cruiser across the desolate landscape of, well, literal hell of Avernus, you are now headed back to meet up.
Do we have radio down here?
Radio?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Do they have radio?
Interdimensional
Can I
radio.
listen to
is what
music?
we want?
Let's playing on XM, man. Come on.
Put them like some like.
Hey,
Okay, this
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
If
turn
hell
the
no.
radio.
Extra
Turn the radio
planar
on.
radio.
I'll tell you what you hear. Turn the radio
I
on.
want some like
Bro, come-
hard rock.
No,
Alright?
when you
Turn the radio on. You turn the radio on and you hear dig through the ditches and burn through the
Burn
witches.
through the witches
Yeah.
and burn from the
That's what
back
I'm
of my.
talking about, yeah. Vaughn just starts jamming. Vaughn just jamming as he's driving. Just, yeah.
No, it's Eddie Munson in the Upside Down playing Metallica. That's what it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
So it eventually goes to like Bodies by Drowning Pool.
Oh.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Shotgun blast, kicking the ass so fast. Yeah, anyways.
Yes.
All right.
Watch your back.
Starts playing the Beatles, but backwards.
No, that's
It's
just
a-
going to summon
it's
another
a
demon lord.
Hey, while we're in this car, the I guess chick, I guess that we saved. I'm just curious, like, well, welcome aboard. Do you have a name?
She
Improv, Gavin. Improv.
she starts
The bard-
speaking, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's in a language that none of you understand. I just know for a fact it's a
Well,
language none
how
of
do
you
you know?
understand.
How do you know I don't understand that language?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a language that none of you understand.
Are you sure?
Tongues!
100%.
It's not Draconic?
Tongues!
No.
Elvish?
That being
These can't-
said, while it's not Draconic, you notice some similarities to Draconic. However,
So it's not
it's
common?
distinct enough that you can't make it out.
I believe my man said he's casting tongues.
Okay. Does tongues tell you what language they're speaking, or does it just let you understand them?
No, just lets you understand it.
Okay. So what she says to you is, let's see. Let me look up the thing. Let me look up.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Get that out of nowhere.
So she mentions that her name is Anaya Kotatsu. So you hear her saying, I'm from a world known as Toril, from a land called Karatur.
Oh, she's first
Is she a
place she's a
portal?
dragon.
I kind of look back there. Homegirl, you're going to have to speak in a language that we actually understand.
Oh, oh boy. Daggum. Bro. Gavin, I'm gonna need you to be coherent, so you're gonna have to chill out on those.
Dude, we're like 15 minutes in, my guy.
Goodness.
I can already see the pallor changing in his face. It's getting a little red over there.
Oh, well, you're not,
Hey,
you're not in Mexico anymore.
If
You're
we get him,
you're the one
bit-
driving this ship, my guy. You gotta let it.
All right.
yeah, but we could get away with some OP shit. Just let him come on this.
No, I'm not gonna let you get away with
Yes.
some OP shit. So that's what she. Everybody, give me a history check. See if you can figure out exactly where it is that she's referencing. You have
Toral's
heard
is-
the world.
We've heard
that she is
Toral.
from
This is the
before.
same place that the super dragon came from.
Yes, of course. You haven't heard Karatur, however.
Okay, I can tell you right now, I don't know. Kirator.
29 help?
Yeah, that'll.
How's a
Yeah, I think that will
29?
do. A 19 will do.
And it was Julius
A 5
who
will
did
not
that.
do. So Karatur it's from the world of Toril, and you've read about it in certain books on interplanar travel. In fact, Anand, you would know this too, since because of that role. It lies on the eastern edge of Toril. It's not really a land that's as densely inhabited as, say, like Faerun, which is the main continent of Toril. But so I'll be honest with you, on a metagame point of view, Karatur is the setting of the Wuxian Adventures module of the 1980s version of like D&D 2.0. That's where Karatur is from. That's when it was first mentioned. That's where it's still connected to. It's basically just Asia for D&D.
But not the Asia that's here. It's Space Asia.
Space Asia, exactly.
Space
Okay.
Asia.
And their version of common is based on a medley of what you would know as common combined with certain elements of draconic.
All right. So how does she get from there to here? I
You
will
ask her that?
ask. I don't. I will ask that. Anad, please ask her that.
So she speaks and she says, Toril, my world is in dire straits. Where do I even begin? The creeping doom. His crusade. He laid siege to my world. In a desperate attempt to reduce competition, he has slain and turned many of the dragons that our people worship. And he now finds himself on an interplanetary crusade, leading an army of dragons from a host of worlds my world was not so lucky, and I managed to escape through a color pool as I was being dragged through the phlogiston, but I was unlucky because it brought me here, where I did not remain for very long before being captured.
She's talking about the Well of Worlds.
Nah, it's a separate thing.
Oh,
Azrael has been through a color pool. That's how he got from his world to this one initially. Before they
Color
got merged
pools
together.
just sort of spontaneously appear at locations in the multiverse. They're incredibly rare, but they always lead to somewhere different from where they appear, and their location is generally summed up by literally the color of this whirlpool-like vortex.
is she still speaking in another language?
Yes, but as she speaks, you're able to make out a little bit more of what she's saying. You speak both Common and Draconic, don't you?
Yes.
So anybody who speaks both of those languages, I'll say after listening to her for a time, you're able to generally sum up how to speak Karatorian. It's essentially just a hybrid language of Common and Draconic. So all in all, as she continues to speak, the language starts making more and more sense to you.
So I
I'd
can
say
add
you're
that to my
probably like
languages?
I'd say you're probably the condition being you have to be proficient in both Common and Draconic. But I'd say anybody who is at this point, you're about half proficient in Karatorian. If you don't have both of those proficiencies, then you can't really learn it because you don't really have a baseline.
This is Karatorian. How do you...
K-A-R-A
Okay.
hyphen
K-A-R-A.
hyphen
I just keep hearing Carrot Top every time he says it.
T-U-R-I-A-N. This is not something I
T-
created. This is an actual language and an actual location within the lore of D&D.
What was that last part? T.
U-R-I-A-N.
All right.
Okay.
Well, my question here is, I guess, now that she's not captured, where does she plan to go, or does she have a place to go?
She says, I would like to return to my world if that is possible, but to be honest, I am not even sure how much of my world there may even be left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess I try I guess I mix somewhat Draconic and Common and ask her what she did in her last world, I guess.
I was a samurai.
You are what?
potentially
Say
She's a
that one more time.
samurai.
A what?
I
thought she said a semi. Okay.
I was gonna say the
How?
bard asked how hot she is.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know, if you want another, well, at least if you want to get out of this world for a time being, well, I don't know if we even can help her out with that, but we can.
Well,
What do y'all think?
I will say this.
Carson speaks up and says,
Well, fine, Carson.
remember, you agreed to take me out of here first.
Well, can I throw something out there, which I know some people would like to hear? With what I know, with what Lucas knows of samurai, they are very loyal of serving a master. They protect them with their lives. So, just saying, what is the point of a samurai if they don't have anybody to serve? That is literally their livelihood.
They are the blade of their shogun.
So, that's not... I'm just saying, just putting that out there for those that are intrigued by that. But I also want to
I've
make
been
sure...
called a shogun once or twice.
But y'all figure that out. I will also make sure, as I hear a little message pop off in my head, let's go ahead and make sure we're getting to where we're going.
Yeah, I'm headed wherever we need to go.
We're headed back to Zerial.
Yep.
In fact, while we're doing
Exactly.
that, I'm just gonna take a quick reach into my bag. I'm gonna pull out the sword right quick, and I'm just gonna like kind of look down at this thing. Just a little bit longer, bud. A little bit longer, and we're gonna get you back home.
Hey, Gavin, how long can somebody survive in a bag of holding?
Is it 10 minutes?
So it depends on how many living things you have in there. I'll look that up in just a second.
I want to say it's 10 minutes before they suffocate. Well, no, there's 10 minutes of air, but then post-air, it's based off your constitution.
Yeah, it's a
I'm pretty
long
sure-
time for PCs to suffocate.
If you can put someone in a bubble, I remember somebody putting a creature in a bubble, sticking it into the bag of holding, and they had 24 hours of air. So they would just take it
The
out.
item description tells you, but let's what was I talking about before that? I was mentioning something.
We were going to
See Zerial?
somewhere. Zerial?
Yeah, we're heading back to Zerial.
Okay. So you get 10 minutes divided by the number of living things you have in the bag of holding. So if it's just one, they can breathe for 10 minutes.
Cool, I've got 2 bags of holding, so that ain't a problem.
Just empty it from. Just pop on out, get into this other one.
Well,
Okay.
no, I could put 2 people in a bag of holding, and then we could. I don't know how many people we could teleport, but if they're in the bag of holding, technically they're in another space, and if they're on me, it doesn't matter. It's part.
However
technically
you
they're
guys
an
want to
item
work
at
it
that
out.
point.
Bro, I can also just polymorph things to make them small.
That is true.
We got options, man. Like if
Yeah, we got
it
options.
comes
We'll
time to
figure
come
that
up with it, we got like literally a buttload of casters with scrolls and potions, and like we got options.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
So-
let's speed roll to that.
But yeah, I
Demon
will.
Lord.
I will continue to grip the sword tightly now that I know we're on the final finish line.
Okay. And against all odds, somehow, you arrive back at the Brass Citadel without complications.
I think it's because of my driving, but that's besides the point.
Can we just ram through another wall just for the hell of it?
Yeah. But I don't want to damage the vehicle. I want to take this thing back.
Make it like make it like there's the hole from the last one, and then just like 10 feet over.
I mean, you certainly could, just for the hell of it, ramp over the wall of this thing if you wanted to. But there's also, the front gate that you could just drive through. So it's really whatever your prerogative is.
Front gate. Let's not alarm anything.
Okay.
I mean, I think like it's like a calling card at this point. I thought, but all right.
I also don't want to damage this vehicle anymore. I want to take it back. I want to have another tank.
Okay. So, this is more like an armored car, but I mean, basically.
If I get a tank, Gavin.
So, well, yeah, you have a tank. I mean, it's an armored car.
I
Do
can-
mess with it however you want to.
Exactly.
You're a mechanic. All right, so you drive through this gate, and it's empty. There's not even any Arenyas there. They seem to be doing their regular patrols. To be honest, you probably assume it's probably for the best because, well, you're not sure how keen Arenyas would be on you turning their master back to her path of righteousness. So, making your way across, you see it's the exact same kind of courtyard as before. Regal, sulfuric fountain in the middle, and a very nice walkway leading up into this central fortress within the structure of the citadel. And you reach the gate, and once again, in a similar fashion as to when you first saw her, the one Archduke Zeriel knelt over, and without needing any prompting, before you have a chance to say anything,
Well,
you hear her say,
real quick before we get into that, I have one potion of advantage left. I'm gonna just pop that down.
Okay. That gives you advantage on like one thing of your choice, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So she says, without even turning her back, before you even have a chance to say anything, the moment the gates open, she says, I felt the beast's life force be snuffed out.
Mm-hmm. Just as you asked. In fact, I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out his head. You wanted this? This got the job done. And I'll hold the sword of Zerial. Cut his head off with it myself.
And she finally turns back to you, revealing her face for the first time. And despite her cold exterior, despite her brash demeanor, despite everything that you would expect from this devil, what you see is the last thing that you would expect as she turns and you see tears in her eyes. The beast is dead. The murderer of millions, the scourge of angel kind, the progenitor of the curse that has wrecked the multiverse is gone. He is dead. And you have my sincerest thanks for this act.
Well, happy to oblige.
It's actually quite easier than you would have thought.
All of it,
Don't
thanks
say
to
it like
this
that,
sword. Da-da-da. And I'll
Yeah,
do my best Vanna White with it.
Yeah, he killed it with that sword. Finishing blow.
She can definitely know if you're lying.
Oh. Well, cut
I
off its head.
decapitated it with this sword.
Well, technically it's finishing blow.
Yeah. But he is
She says,
no more.
no, the finishing blow to the beast was a blast of raw magic.
Well, that too. That
And
helps.
she says, and do not lie to me again. I just raised the DC a little bit for any persuasion checks you might have to make to get her to do the thing.
Dicks! Alright.
Sorry. My bad.
Look. I did not bring this to you with any ill intent. I only wanted to because I have my own obligations, and to be honest, this sword does belong to you. You wanted us to prove its worth, I was more than happy to do so. And we have. All I'm asking is for you to let this come back home. With you, if nothing else. To hold the hilt. See what you feel of it. If it's still not something that you want, so be it, but at least take it back and see.
They need me here. Hell was losing before I took up this fight. We are so close to the cusp of victory. How can I just abandon them?
No one's asking you to abandon them, but to be honest, it's the blood war that's gone on for thousands of years. I haven't been here for that long, but even I can tell that it's just going to continue to be a step forward and a step back again. There's always going to be a fight worth fighting. Is this something that you really want to dedicate your existence to?
Make a persuasion check.
Alrighty, let's go. Why not? We'll go and kick this one off with the advantage. It's a good thing too, because we just dropped in that one.
Oh, damn.
She holds out her hand, and without you having to do anything, you feel your grip loosen around the sword as it is telekinetically forced from your grip. As she brings the sword to her and she says, what if the demons break through? What if the demonic horde unleashes its wrath upon the prime material? What then?
I can't tell you what's going to happen, but if I may, there's bigger fish to be fried? This entire
Without
war
due
won't mean anything, as right now the incurring darkness, a dragon that has the ability to destroy all planes of existence is on its way. That's honestly what we came here to try and arm you for, is to see if maybe, if you wanted a cause worth fighting for, that could be it. Whether the devils or the demons take charge here, it won't matter. And I'm talking over somebody else. I don't know who it is. Sorry.
Sorry. Now you finish what you do. I'll talk when you're done.
No, I think I got my thing across there. You can go ahead.
With all due respect, with your power, if that does happen, say what you are saying or you predicting does become true, couldn't you stop what you're doing and just come back to it? Picked up right where you left off, fighting this war like you've been fighting it. But you could just move on to something else for right now, and like my friend here said, work on a cause that's bigger than this, and then put this kind of aside and come back to it.
So because this is essentially kind of like two different points you guys are making, instead of having it be like one roll for the same thing, or just give me two different persuasion checks.
All right.
One from each of you.
24.
29.
Damn.
Okay. And she says to you, Bon, she says,
Oh,
I suppose.
Just delete. What the?
I'm going for the highest roll first.
No, I
so
got
the
you. It
answers,
makes
and then I'm
it,
moving
no,
along.
I'm with you. I'm digging.
So she says this to you, Bon. I suppose which at that point, the only thing that will have fallen will have been, well, hell. And speaking frankly, I'm not entirely sure that matters anyway. Your point is valid. And as far as you, what is the name of this threat upon which you speak?
Shit, I should know this.
It's Dargathoth.
There you go. Yeah, I like if I'm just asking. It's Dargathoth. It's Dargathoth. Oh, Dargathoth. Okay. It's a very who's on first type of material. I was teased.
Bless you.
Dargathoth. The Creeping Doom. He goes by a lot of names. The Black Mask. I think
The Black Diamond.
The Black Diamond. There you go. But
Black Broker
name is Dargathoth.
Tell me about this threat. What makes his power, the risk that he poses to the multiverse, worse than the entirety of demonkind?
Well, the thing is, insert Lord Nump. I will just regurgitate what I know.
Oh, that okay.
Do you want me to really throw it out there? Otherwise, I mean, I can just pull up my notes and we can be here for a minute.
Well,
I mean, I like
some of
the RP to be genuine, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But
For brevity, let's not do that, because that'll be like 4.5 hours long.
There you go.
Because
Well,
he takes it meticulously.
If you would like, here's the link to the recap channel. You can just read this.
I'll know that.
Here's a piece of parchment.
link.
Here's a piece of parchment.
You can just scan the QR code. It goes right to it. So
okay, yeah, she pulls out her iPad. No.
We need like the
Isn't
sticky
he
note
considered-
version.
Wait, I look over to Lucas. Isn't he considered a dimension eater or world eater?
World Eater, yes. Traveling through the dimensions, going after basically the largest sources of magic. So apparently, this world is a siphon of magic to a number of other worlds, which is what's also got him to be attracted to coming here.
coming to here where we're at now, or
to
our
to
world?
our
in general?
world, yes.
Okay.
Regardless of the different planes, it's still this world. So,
That is what makes him such a threat. And I don't think he'll stop until he's done consuming every bit of magic in the universe.
She she speaks up as you notice this fire begins to envelop the sword as this aura starting at the hilt, making its way up slowly to the tip of the blade. And initially, this fire is red, and you feel you're not really sure what's happening. And suddenly, this light encompasses this sword as the fire changes from this dark blood red color and begins to coalesce slowly, its color flickering back and forth, when suddenly it shines with this brilliant white orange light that for a second is blinding, almost impossible to look at, as you have to avert your gaze, as it's physically painful for you to look in that direction. When finally, as this light begins to dampen, begins to settle, you avert your eyes back to her as you see this from her, because her head was bald, but suddenly glowing and growing out of her head is this effervescent light, this yellow whitish glow that eventually forms hair as her feathers fade away from black to gray, then to white, and then to gold as they lose their leathery texture, as suddenly this room for an instant reeks of this strong scent of sulfur before finally the smell fades away, making way for almost a fresh spring sort of smell, almost flowery, which sort of contrasts the surrounding environment. As she eventually settles and drops, resting on her sword on the ground, and the very last thing that changes is her fiery halo burns away, revealing almost a metallic gold halo of light hovering above her head, as she appears in a visibly weakened state. Looking up at the rest of you, resting on her sword, she just says, "Thank you. I lost my way. My eyes. I never meant for any of this. All I ever wanted was to avert the tides of chaos. That was always my only goal. How will the gods ever again accept me?"
Sometimes when we're on a path, it can consume us. But I truly believe the friends that we have and the people that surround us will bring us back on the path. And even if we've strayed from the path of good or that we traveled, or the path that we traveled, they are the ones who will accept us when we've known we've done wrong, or when we've known we've traveled too far.
Look, I can't
My
speak
blade.
for. Oh, apologies.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I thought you guys were done.
I can't speak for the gods. I can't tell you who's deemed worthy and what actions cause it, but if it were me, I know with the Gargathoth, there's no world, there's no worshippers, there's no temples, there's nothing left. If you can help us stop him, I mean, I'd say that's pretty worthy of redemption.
my blade does need a cause. I have always been an angel of wrath. Even so, I would say, as a devil prince, that part of me remained true. I must whet my blade, for that shall always be my calling.
That's what he said.
Anna!
Walk into that one.
Now, you can speak honestly. While I appreciate everything that you have done for me, what else do you stand to benefit from? Your cause is complete. I have turned my back on this war for now, and even if I ever revisit it, it will be in a much different capacity. What is it that you seek?
For me,
All of you.
It
We
was to
seek-
help out a friend. I wanted to complete Lucas's goal. For his goal, that is him to share, not mine.
Are you talking about like what do we want as a group, or are you wanting to know what each of us wants individually?
All of the above, whatever you want to say. To speak into the group.
Each of us has very unique goals that aren't all aligned, that aren't all selfless. But if we had to say collectively, we want to get the job done. We go from mission to mission, whatever is connected to the previous mission. All of the above missions lead into a larger mission. We don't know exactly what that big picture is yet, but right now, we just need some help. If that makes any sense. Some
Really,
really,
missions are saving the world.
yeah, you know. Occasionally we save dimensions. Sometimes we snuff out old ladies. It really depends on the day.
She raises an eyebrow at that one.
But as of right now, if we're talking about what we need from you, which would be easier to focus on, you need someone dependable. Someone that at the end of the day, we can call on that individual and they will be there, support us, and not come out, not be easily bribed by the opposing side and or led astray, or charging into battle and dying and re-rolling a new character every 4 sessions. That type of thing. We just need somebody.
She definitely raises an eyebrow at that one.
We just need somebody we can count on.
Wink. Wink. Nudge. Caw-caw.
Yeah, metagame pigeon, really.
Nice.
I must warn you, well, more informed, but also warned, much of my power came from a direct connection to Asmodeus. While I am certainly a bit more powerful than your typical Solar in this state, I must warn you that I will not be as powerful as I was as a Devil Prince. And, similarly, due to the fact that much of my power came from Asmodeus, he will know that the connection is now severed.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Let him
If-
run up. I mean, we got hands for days, as they say.
By the way, if we could ask a favor, we've picked up some acquaintances along the way that are also wanting to get a ticket out of here. Either there's anything you can do to help them out.
I got half of it.
I don't know.
She says, I do possess a limited ability to travel the plains unassisted. I have enough for a one-way trip. Where
Also-
should I go?
Oh, I'll. What do you want to do? You want to send them to the ship?
I'm down.
And to answer
Maybe.
your other question, I will reach into my bag, and I will pull out the doll.
Uh-oh.
And I'll just toss it to her. Give it a squeeze, and that'll answer your questions.
Alright, I, the DM, am confused here.
That is the cursed doll.
Contract. That's his
Oh,
contract.
right. Okay.
Just
I
don't
gotcha.
have it facing you when you do it.
I gotcha. Okay. Noted. She turns it away and squeezes it as it vomits blood.
Well, first, there's a little more to it, man.
The stipulations.
Like,
oh
it
god.
takes a breath. The stitching on its lips rips, and you hear the flesh tear as the lips open. The porcelain doll face cracks as you see stark eyes that are just filled with blackness. And then, as it does, it releases just basically a tide of blood that it vomits out. And then it reiterates the contract.
Yeah. What class feature did you get that from? That's something connected to your character.
It's a devil's contract.
Well, I know that, but there was something within the actual description of like your character features that gave you like a doll was like an option you
Mhm.
could pick, but there were like other things too.
It's part of Avernus.
Okay. Gotcha. Because I remember it came from a list, and that was just one of the things
there's
on the list.
A multitude of ways of basically a physical embodiment of the contract.
Yeah. A physical shape the contract could take.
Yeah.
I remember that. So, do you need this back? I personally don't want it.
Well, no, that was really just to answer your question in depth. What do I stand to gain from this? That.
You do this for love. It's admirable.
Well, that's me.
With that being said, always be wary, as I can assure you from having been one myself. Things are rarely ever as they seem when dealing with devils.
Well, okay. It's supposed to be a good day for me. I'd really not try to put a damper on it.
Her reputation precedes her. You know that Zariel is not the type of person, even as an angel, to be about good tidings and jokes and a
Sure.
light-hearted conversation.
Hey,
Never
who are
has
you?
been.
Well, that being said, and I will take the doll. It'll come back with me. Actually, what did the contract's fulfilled? Does it break? Does it dissolve? Is it just is?
Not yet. There's...
I got you. Then I will take it. I'll put it back in my bag.
Alright, so... Where shall I go? Give me a location, a world, a place. For starters, I need a world.
Ours?
Do you see me to tell you the name of the planet?
I know
It's
the name of the.
Alpharesk.
Oh, well, I knew that was the name of the continent. I didn't know that was the name of the planet.
I said
That's the name of the whole
Alpha.
planet.
My mic was muted. Damn it.
Oh.
Alarath is a continent, and then
I said
also
Alpharesk.
Kalas is a continent,
I didn't say Alarath. I said
and then
There?
Falthansia is the other one.
Oh, buddy, yeah. Instead of the ship, where is old boy with all of the psychic people that we're supposed to be going to? That we were supposed to be heading to before this. Hey, Azrael.
Old boy with his psychic people. What are you talking about?
Callow,
The
whatever his
zombie
face is.
psychic is-
Kaleem?
Kaleem. No, not Kaleem. Kaleem was last one. The college
This was
professor.
the last one, yes.
Who's the college professor that
Shalcor
now?
Old
Kyrell.
zombie.
There it is, Shalcor Kyrell and all his peeps. Hey, Azrael. We were trying to figure out what to do, right? This seems like a good place for us to go next. I told you it would pan out if we came here. And now we have a cool ally. And
We also do
An
have
armored
people that we
vehicle.
probably need to drop off somewhere safe.
Yo, I'm just making suggestions.
Yeah, I'm also just saying we've got people that we need to probably drop off somewhere safe.
Well, where's safe for them?
I mean, I don't know, ship.
The ship
I
is
don't know.
not exactly safe either.
True. Oh, well, if we want to go ahead and go there, that's fine. We'll find somewhere safe along the way. We'll figure it out. We'll keep them safe. Ain't nothing to worry about.
Well, then I will ask Azrael, where is the next place for our battle with Shalkor?
The dwarven capital of Rhymeshield.
Right.
Also the national capital of Wel'Kalas. It is likely believed that that is their next target.
I mean, that seems as good a place as any, right?
Yeah, seems good to me.
I will turn back to the rest of those. We're gonna take you back out of here, but it's potentially dangerous spot. But between the two, are you guys okay with that? You want us to leave you here? We'll leave you here.
So, Carson says, you're asking me if whether I would go to a dangerous location or whether I would stay in hell. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was, but I wanted to make it seem like you were making the decision.
Yeah, never know.
I didn't want to come back and
Legit.
hear your buyer's remorse of like, you guys shouldn't have taken me here. I'm like, well, these are your two options, bro.
Question.
And what does the girl say?
I guess if I must start a new life, then your world would be as good of one as any.
Hey, you used to be a samurai. Show off them skills. Maybe you'll find a cool shogun type of dude that'll want to take you in.
And her name
I
be
think she would
Kikyo.
love our ship.
Kikyo would be a great name for her.
Kikyo? Her name should be Kikyo? Really?
Kikyo should absolutely be her name.
Yeah, she's not an archer. I mean, I guess she could be, but
I mean, just call her Jennifer and call it a day.
Jennifer.
Why-
She's
Yeah, why-
Asian. There's no Asian. You
we
can't
go-
be an ancient samurai and be like, hey, that's Jenny.
Can we just call her Sammy? Sammy the samurai?
The samurai.
the samurai.
And that's cool with that. We don't have to have something fancy.
Or maybe
Her name,
Jacqueline?
as she said, is Anaya Kotatsu. That's
How
her
about
name.
Samurai Jacqueline?
Samurai Jacqueline.
Actually, that's pretty awesome. I would get behind that.
I'm okay with that one.
I'd get behind that.
I mean, she was kind of transported to a futuristic world, or that
Nice.
will be the case for her when she goes to your world.
Nice.
As a big bad undead dude who transcends time and space. That's
Hey.
the main enemy.
Ooh.
Here's the thing. We will get you out of hell, but you have to leave your name behind. From this
There
day
you go.
forward, you will be known as
Yes.
Samurai Jacqueline.
Samurai Jacqueline.
Are
Yeah.
you being dead serious for saying
yeah,
that?
100%.
Give me a
Yeah.
persuasion check. This is so stupid.
Back to the past, Samurai Jack.
I got luck points and all this other stuff. I got divine inspiration. Let's go.
I'm just gonna make sure this
Fucking luck
happens.
point that up.
You're using a luck point on
Yeah,
that.
23.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never had a greater
Damn.
cause to use that for.
She pulls out a sword that she suddenly has that is
She's gonna cut her hair off.
that is across her hip, and she takes her hair and ties it about halfway down in a knot, cutting half of her hair off to where it's just short enough that she can't really tie it back anymore. And she kneels down on the ground in front of you and says, "From this day forward, I shall be Samurai Jacqueline."
That's perfect.
Sweet.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So
Today
dumb.
has been a
So
good
dumb.
day.
Perfect.
We can
Yes,
pronounce
it
it and we'll remember it.
Fair.
That's what's important.
Fair.
Samurai Jackie,
Yeah.
for short.
Can you take the vehicle with us, or do we have to miniaturize that, or
You guys gotta figure that out.
No one wants to take that hunk of junk.
Screw you! I want to take that. hunk of
The
junk.
group
Just
gearhead apparently
leave.
does.
I might know a guy that can get us out of there. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
Yep. I happen to have a meeting with a very powerful forge master here in a minute, so if there's a guy that can get arms and armaments around in hell, it'll be him.
I mean, we could do the shrink it. We can shrink it.
Well, we still got another place to go, so we still need wheels to get there.
Exactly.
Semantics.
We just need a fleet of flying carpets. I don't understand why that's not our default. Like,
where's the carpet store? That needs to happen.
yeah.
Where's that? There's rug stores everywhere.
Alright, you can see Lucas is very antsy to get to the next place. Are we done?
Let's go.
Are we ready to roll?
Bell's Forge.
We're headed to Bell's Forge. We're headed to the Iron Citadel.
Yep.
Or, no, this one's not the Citadel. Iron Fortress. There it
Iron
is.
Fortress. Yes. So I sort of made myself a little hell cheat sheet to run this area off of. So got that in front of me right now. So anyway, yeah, you are driving to the Iron Fortress, and as you're just sort of giving Bond directions, and there's this pile of sulfuric acid. If you'll just go past the third one and make a right. So eventually, you make your way to the Iron Fortress, and as you approach, give me just a general wisdom check, Lucas.
Just wisdom in general.
Just wisdom in general.
Oh man, that's like something I'm the worst at. You know what? I'll take it.
You've got kind of a bad feeling, and you should have a good feeling, but just your hairs are kind of standing on end, and you just feel eerie for whatever reason, on edge and anxious, and you can't really place why.
All right, boys. Something tells me things might be going down here in a minute. Look alive, and I will burn a 3rd and 4th level spell slot and get 7 meta magic points back.
Okay.
Can I just start raging? Is that a thing?
We need to be.
So, you enter into Bell's Fortress, and the first thing that you see, Lucas, and this sets your blood a-boil. You see Kiara. She's alive, but is very much incapacitated. She's asleep, held aloft in this glass capsule with her arms outstretched.
Creepy.
And in front of you, you see a very large, probably about 30 foot tall at the end of the room, black pit fiend, which you immediately recognize as Bell, Lucas. He turns around and says, "Thank you so much for your cooperation throughout this crusade. The angel has been dealt with. As you can see, the girl is unharmed, per our contract. There's not a wound on her body, but I have a deal to make with you, potentially another contract if you're interested. By the way, congratulations. Good work."
Really?
Uh-huh.
I've been gone for a couple of years, and this is my introduction back. We're gonna go ahead and
Do you
release
believe I
her.
owed you better?
I know you've got this whole monologue probably planned here, so let's just cut to the chase of the bullshit. What is it that you're wanting here to happen?
Oh, see, our contract, made no mention of my influence once your contract is completed, so there's nothing at all that would keep me from keeping tabs on you for the rest of the entirety of your existence. I mean, after all, I must do something to keep myself entertained, and it would be foolish of me for an all-powerful potentially goddess, a being born from the fusion of material of a dead god and that of a devil. How could I ever turn my back on something? I mean, after all, Kiara is a threat. I will free her, of course. Once this conversation is dealt with, is completed, I will free her as per the terms of our contract. However, if you do not agree to this next contract, you will never be truly free of me. I will always be watching. I will always be lurking in the shadows. She's too powerful for me not to, he says with a hint of anger to his voice. So here is my deal. You can simply conclude our business here and walk away. You leave, you have your happy ever after, whatever that looks like, with a devil prince breathing down your neck. Or I am out of your existence, out of your life for good, with one little cost. She has a fraction of a deific spark located within her body. And without that, she is no longer a threat to me. I would have no reason for my gaze to follow you once you leave this place. If you make a contract allowing me to extract this spark from her, I can guarantee that she will be unharmed. Just her potential will be slightly dulled. Agree to this, you will never hear, see, meet one of my agents, be bothered by me ever again. For that one little cost, what do you say?
And what does she say about this?
She has not been informed of this, and I am in no way duty-bound to tell her. I can guarantee that I will make no conscious effort to inform her of this deal should you accept it. You can keep it a secret.
I give you a counteroffer. Take it as somebody that spent a bit of time with devils, and I learned to make myself a nice little contingency plan. Now, I know you are like to be very informed. Before we came here, we came from the Black Broker, and I made a deal with her to make sure that this wouldn't happen. If I don't leave with her intact like we originally agreed upon, a little bit of snippet's gonna get out that you were trying to cause an uprising against Zariel, which I know you don't want to come back to you. But what would make the Dark Eight just absolutely hate the person in charge of whoever was ruling Avernus at the time? Maybe a secret about the Dark Eight. Maybe that could get loose, and it would track back to you trying to overthrow Zariel.
And assume that I do what you say, and assume I say yes, and you leave this room with her. What's to keep me from keeping tabs on you anyway?
I'll sign a contract with you right now that says I forget that I know that, and I'll never speak of it for the rest of my days. We'll wipe it from my memory entirely.
And we sign that contract. You leave here, and in exchange, my agents never harass you. Is that the terms?
That is it. You leave us be what we originally had, and I won't ever spill the beans about our secret.
You and your agents?
Yeah, basically him and his folk.
I'm just making sure that's clear in the contract.
You leave me and mine alone, I leave you and yours alone.
I have one thing to alter about the terms of this contract. What is to prevent your soon-to-be wife, my congratulations, from usurping me from my position should her power rise to the level where she is capable of doing so? What is to prevent her from doing this?
I'm going to be honest, we've spent enough time here. All we wanted to do was be able to live our own lives and not be tied to here.
There
You
must
wanna
be
make it part of
official
it?
terms in place to prevent her from.
Then put the
usurping me
official
from my
terms
position.
in there saying that we will not come back to Avernus.
Very well.
As long as
Should-
she agrees to that as well.
If she agrees to it, the cost for her ever returning to Avernus will be her spark. She can keep her spark as long as she stays away from this, the first layer of Avernus of hell.
As long as she willingly does not come back here.
If she willingly does not return, and if she does, Eve had her earliest ability to do so.
You kind of broke up there.
He said that if she does return, she must leave at her earliest ability to do so. If
Yeah.
she is for whatever reason sent here without, against her wishes.
Done.
He waves his hand in the air, and you see an ephemeral, basically scroll roll out in front of you as all of these things just magically begin being scribbled very quickly and infernal across. And you see at the bottom where it has the infernal symbol for blood and your name next to it. There's also a spot for her, but she must willingly agree to it as well, which she cannot do at the moment because she is, unconscious.
Can I just say, like, can I make an investigation check on this thing to make sure there's no nefarious loopholes, sort of a thing?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Hey, I have advantage on those.
Do you is Anand here with him?
Anand is there.
Yeah, that's how you guys can do it.
Anybody
want
who wants to read over
I was gonna
this,
say, I would absolutely love to assist him with this.
it's a very long document, so I'm still going
It
to
is
require
kind
the
of my
investigation
thing.
check to pick out the fine print. But if you pick out the fine print, then I'll let you possibly decipher its meaning.
Well,
So, sure.
I naturally get advantage.
I rolled a 20.
There you go.
Oh, I rolled
And a
What about an
pass.
insight check?
I
So,
will
you
re-roll that with a luck point.
What about an insight check, Gavin? Could that work?
the insight check is going to come if you find the particular text. Then you can make an
Oh.
insight check to
29.
determine its meaning. So, essentially, what you pick up one little snippet that catches your eye. One thing that it mentions, and the way that it's worded, is that upon your departure from the Nine Hells, and upon the successful wiping of your memory regarding all secrets concerning the Hells that would be detrimental to the war effort, I, Bell, hereby agree to have, what is it? How is it worded? We'll say it's worded like this. I swear to never physically interfere with your lives or well-being upon departure from the Nine Hells. But you're picking up on that word physically. Give me an insight check.
She says it to me. Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
you would-
I'm, this is a consortium at this point of just like, or consortium, a consortium of like, hey guys, look at this thing. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, so give me an insight check. Anybody can.
My man, go team finger blaster.
So
Yes, sir.
nobody else picks up on this, but Bon, you kind of figure out. Well, okay, Bon and Voss, you both pick up on this. Physically, that means if he could had some way of
And
casting
Molly.
a spell, and Molly, holy crap, Molly!
Molly's like, no.
I'm really paying attention this time.
Let's say if he were
This is
to
subject matter that interests me.
cast a spell that breaks interdimensional bonds or something like that, that he can cast there and then affect the material plane, he could still do that because he's not physically interfering with you. Let's say he wanted to scry on you, he could still do that because nobody's actually causing any physical harm to you.
So yeah, we're gonna nix this part. This is gonna need a readaptation.
We're gonna say any magical or physical connection is
Any and all
Not allowed.
interaction.
Any and all
Not allowed.
interaction.
There we go. Yeah.
whether it be magical or physical.
Of course, my agents are. I mean, they are plentiful. Who's to say that we might not coincidentally interfere with your peaceful haven? After all, I mean, what if you walk past one on a street? What if one of them bumps into your shoulder and causes you to drop your soup? Would that be considered intervention? I would think not. After all, it is simply a matter of coincidence.
Yeah, we could put purposely intervene.
Purposefully intervene. I like that.
Any and all cause of suspicion, intervention, or interaction
Purposeful intervention.
with a willful intent of obstruction, hindrance, or obscuring the path of the collective. I'm just gonna get in here and just throw a bunch of jargon at it.
He says, now, if the event happens, and in the event that I do break this, what do I lose? What would you request from me in the event that the contract is broken?
Well, to see her, she loses all of her power to overthrow you. So
No. This is saying if he breaks it, what happens to him?
yeah, I know. But if she breaks it, she loses her power to overthrow
Right, I
him.
get her spark.
Exactly.
If
So
you ever return here
how
willfully.
about that? Exactly. How about that same thing, vice versa?
But see, I am not a
You-
god. I do not possess a divine spark.
Well, you are no longer have the rank that you have.
See, there are certain restrictions when it comes to devilish contracts, and one of those is there has to be a potential means of enforcement. You can put that in a contract, but there is no way, there is no force that would be able to strip me of such a title. So therefore, it is not, it's not possible to include something like that in a contract. I can't just lose my position because it says so. There would need to be a cohesive means of my downfall that would have to be included in said contract.
Lose all the followers. Everybody who follows you no longer follows you.
Well, that's not even his entirely. You have to understand,
I don't
everybody
have any
follows the.
control over that.
Yeah,
Oh,
just to
Okay.
kind of throw it out there, the structure of hell is not just he's ruling all this. This is still Asmodeus is in charge. None of this can go against what Asmodeus wants. So Asmodeus is
Okay.
now saying he'll be now in charge since Azrael's leaving, or Zariel's leaving. Not Azrael, sorry. So it's not even that is something that would work out. I don't even know, man.
Asmodeus automatically knows that you tried to conspire against him or them, and you will have to deal with the wrath of it.
How about this? If I willfully break the terms of the contract, you are then allowed to disclose any and all no, but you would no longer have this information, so the information would be returned to you regarding these secrets, regarding the weaknesses of the Dark Gate, regarding my conspiring to displace Zariel. At that point, that information would be returned to you
And then we can
for you
paddle.
to do as you wish.
And I get a cool hat.
And you get a cool hat. No, give me a persuasion check for that one. See
Oh,
if you get the hat.
Such
No, 'cause you're like,
such a
and you get a-
Shaz thing. Alright, hold on. 18.
And you get a cool hat.
Boy.
I agree
Great.
to this.
Now he has to make a
And-
full hat for you to have.
Disrespectfully, as he says that, he snaps his fingers. The glass shatters around the receptacle that's holding Kiara. And you see this, 8-foot tall, purplish bluish skinned devil with horns and 3 tails wearing light white robes just drop from this.
I rush up and like catch her.
She's much taller than you, and you don't have very good strength. So you crumple
It's the power
underneath
of
her.
love, baby.
I was
You
like,
crumple underneath her as you're probably. You know what? We'll just. You take.
Yes.
Oh,
I was like, she's
can I
just softening the blow.
can I not make like an athletics check or something here?
Yeah, we'll say you can. Let's see how you do.
Let me have my moment, bro. Or at least
Get that
try.
luck point ready. Get that luck point ready.
I got one left in the chamber.
8 feet tall, right? She was like 6.5 or something, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
she's not 8 feet tall. Because she's just a little bit.
She's
taller
only
than
like a
Lucas.
couple inches taller than you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you don't include the horns.
Yeah.
Athletics. Let's go.
That one.
Good job.
Yeah. You got to catch.
You land horns down.
That's a
You are pierced and bleeding out.
Okay, so you go to catch her, and for a second he holds tight, and you see his knees do like a 70s
Buckle.
dance wobble, just like back and forth, before he just crumbles. So for that, you are gonna take 9 points of bludgeoning damage
Fair enough.
as you are just like spread eagled,
This is
arms
peak
out on the
action.
ground, with her laying sideways across your stomach.
Is she like still unconscious?
You hope she is.
No,
Yeah, that
actually,
was that
she
one.
was, because of that nat 1. She was just waking up in time to witness this.
I'm just gonna like be laying on the ground next to her, like sprawled out, and then I'm just gonna kind of put my arm up under my head and like, morning.
Cat.
So, all right, so
Okay.
Sean, we discussed this further. So rather than RPing in the cringe, we'll just say you have your lovey-dovey stuff. You guys kiss. Oh my God, so good to see you. All that kind of stuff and all the
Like it.
lovey-dovey shit.
Yeah.
It happens. You know, fast
don't
forward
have to
a few
witness it, it's
seconds
good stuff.
after the fact.
Lucas cast magical
forward.
darkness. It
No.
lasts for a minute. That's more than what he needs.
Oh man. Oh.
It's been a couple years, folks.
An Oscar.
Take a performance potion.
Right.
Who did the
I know,
clap?
Sean. Welcome to the cum zone.
We'll
Oh,
just
yeah,
say,
we did need that. There you go.
We'll just say the minute was slightly less time than he needed, though, and you know, you guys have some memories seared into your head.
All right. That
Now,
being said,
Bell
What-
says to you now, to speak formally, if you would kindly fuck off and leave.
hey, we can do that with vigor. Is there any chance, you being the forge master that you are, can find us a way to get this vehicle out of here so we can fuck off even quicker?
Make a persuasion check.
Add respectfully after that.
With respect.
Respectfully, really?
Yes.
I would really appreciate it. I am
25.
very curious to see how these machines work.
If that would get you out of here faster.
Yes, it would.
Pleasantries were never part of the contract, after all.
That is true.
He-
We can't specify that.
He snaps his fingers, and you see it turn into the size of about a toy car. And he says, in about 10 minutes, that will revert back to its original size.
Well, on that note, everybody gather round, and I'll start casting Planar Shift.
Oh boy.
I thought Homegirl was going to take us out.
Homegirl's getting all the other extra people that we had.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna planar shift too.
So, and he says to you, and Kiara, remember, if I ever see you again, remember what's at stake. Your very divinity is on the line. And she just says back to him, Belle, sweetie, I would never have any desire to gaze upon your miserable form to begin with. So you can put your fears at ease. I promise you, I will never come back here.
I would like to do the Star-Lord.
I'm gonna
finger.
I'm gonna whisper. I
As
want to
we vamp
sidebar
away.
with Lucas. I want to sidebar with Lucas real quick. Just a quick
Yes.
whisper, bro. Why can't we just kill this guy?
Because then Asmodeus will probably come after us.
Isn't he coming after us anyway?
No, because we didn't kill anybody.
Like, I mean, like, this level of disrespect, like, it's disgusting. Ugh, I want to smoke this guy.
He'll have to deal with Asmodeus and make sure that everything goes smoothed over because Zariel left. He's got his own coming to him. And trust me, there's a lot coming to him.
Like, you remember the house with the old lady in it? The really bad old lady? We could totally, you let me know and something like that can happen.
I will tell you something when we get the fuck out of here.
Okay, alright, I got you.
Sacred secrets.
And
Fair.
suddenly, Lucas, you feel like you've forgotten something very important, but you don't know what.
Weird.
Bro! What did I
You left,
forget?
you left the stove on. It's fine.
He had a Joe Biden moment. Go ahead.
You remember the contract.
I do, I'm
Actually,
playing into
technically,
it.
You don't remember the contract.
I
Right?
know, I'm playing into it.
I left the stove on.
That's why I didn't say it, because I don't remember. I just know I knew
Yeah.
a thing.
He forgot what happened as he was falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
You know that you don't know.
So,
We
anyway.
have not planned for something like this. He's discussed this all, so I'm pretty sure some of us at least know the details to inform him if he needs them, right? Or
So,
is that breaking the contract?
do we bamf out?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Lucas doesn't know this, but y'all were there. The big secret that he said, hey, you can wipe that from my memory, he already sold it. So it's already out
he
anyway. So Belle's
He
gonna have
sold
to
it,
deal
yeah.
with that coming after him. It's gonna fuck him royally. But that was the whole thing, is I basically sold something I didn't have to even sell anymore so that I could just get Kiara out. I don't even know that I did that because I just had that wipe from my memory, but the black broker already knows it.
Nice. Okay.
Dude. Nice.
We were also all there when that conversation
That's
was
like-
going on.
That's like some Death Note level of like
Right?
memory fuckery.
I know, it is, isn't it? Bro, he has no idea that he doesn't. Bro, that's quality right there.
Like that
Lot
reminds
would
me
be
of the
proud
part
of
where
you.
like he made himself forget
Mhm.
that he was Kira just because
Yeah.
he knew later on he would get the book back and remember that he was Kira again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt it was a pretty good inspirational time because Kiara's name came from Death Note. for Kira.
Yeah.
Bro, it's Inception. Goodness.
You think I didn't come into this with a plan, Gavin?
I picked up on the Death Note reference though. Like, granted, the reference was pretty glaring, I gotta say, but well done.
Indeed.
He deserves inspiration for that.
You know, I agree.
All right, boom. I now have back to 2 inspiration. I've had 2 inspiration like for a couple years now, and I burned through 1 like during this little side arc. Remind me how Planar Shift works. Do I get to pick where in the plane we go?
So, yes, that spell.
Is that the spell you picked up in your level up?
From my previous level up.
I
Oh.
did have it.
Plane shift. Let's see. So, a couple things you can do.
Specify a
You can-
target destination in general terms.
Yes. Another thing that you can also do is if you know the sigil sequence of a teleportation circle, you can also just use it like teleportation circle to go directly to a specific circle if you wanted to.
We'll go to Rhine Shield since that seems to be the next general location.
Okay. So,
Unless, does anybody else, do we have anywhere else we want to go?
so where you guys left from was Ebenmast. That's where you guys left from. Tell you what, I was about to call a 5-minute break anyway, so you guys can discuss where you would like to go, and when I get back, you will be there.
Okie doke.
All right.
Well, when we left Avernus, that was like a million years ago, so I don't
Yeah.
really remember what all we had going on.
Well, we can always go back to the main storyline, or we could do several of the side quests that we have going on, which is there's clearing.
So many.
Clearing my
Your castle?
my castle out with full of monsters, which are probably mimics, because knowing Gavin, they're probably mimics.
No more.
No more.
Yeah.
No
I had
more
a feeling.
mimics.
I had a feeling that it was going to be mimics. I don't know. It may not be, but very well could be. Or we could do the race that also Gavin had planned. I don't know what his plan was for that. Anyways, we could go back to main quest.
What about? Are we ever going to focus on Anon's background?
Well,
He's like, I feel left out, man.
what do you want to do with Anon's background?
I don't know, honestly.
And that's
I
why.
was never given options. I just,
You the only thing that you told me that, because don't even try and play. Like, I don't know what you said your dreams and goals were. So all you've ever said is you wanted to make an army of basically wizards to be able to like retake over and not have to deal with any bullshit of the awakened bolt.
That's probably his reason for trying to like wanting to keep the slave girl, and then if there's any additional companions he can get, he's just wanting to fortify his group.
Dude, you tell me what you want to do, and I will back you 100%.
What would be the first step in doing something like that? Like, what would I have to focus on to?
You got to build an empire, bro. You got to put yourself in some place of authority.
Which means I need more power.
Yep.
Which means
You have to go
I
into
need
politics,
a
bro.
Vecna item. I need a Vecna item.
Vecna item, or you could get entitled with the super mage guy, whatever his name is.
Oh, the Archon?
Yeah, the Archon.
We've already been pretty close recently, that's true. He gave me a staff and whatnot.
You
Okay.
guys are besties.
Yeah, we're kind of cool.
We're pen pals.
That's a start. So, maybe I could consult with him and see what is the best way to gain influence in the magical community. Because I'm attempting to start I don't know how to say it, a healthy revolution, a positive revolution. One where the mass slayings will be for a good cause. I really don't know how to word that.
It's really up to y'all guys. What do y'all want to do? No matter.
Because the thing is, I'm not. Anod is not good. Anod is evil.
Okay.
Evilly aligned. So he's not seeking. He doesn't want holy retribution. He wants mass slaughter and oppression of his enemies.
So genocide?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
Lots of that.
We call it a revolution, genocide. See?
Mhm. But he does
It's
like
not.
his friends. He does like his friends. So,
So
he
did
wants to
Hitler.
make a
Okay.
place for the best. I mean, depending on the perspective, he wasn't wrong. I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
he was pretty good painter.
kidding.
Like we could say it's a genocide, but like, I mean, did you see art?
It wasn't. It's more of a purification. I wouldn't say genocide.
Purification of his enemies.
Yeah. Like, okay. This isn't too bad. Like, I could see myself ruling from a gilded throne on high with a couple of smaller thrones to the side of just the homies kicking it. Lucas and his bride deserve a really nice house on a hill to be made lords of a land. That would be nice.
Well,
And then we'll have
I
the
don't-
court gesture bond to perform at our leisure.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, to be fair, I think I am kind of the richest person in the party. Not of money, but just amount of like stuff I have.
I don't know.
Probably.
I got
So you're
several
a hoarder.
thousand gold in components, but like, no, I'm pretty sure you probably have me
No.
beat anyway.
I mean, I
My-
have a castle, a boat, several
Oh
cars.
yeah,
tanks.
yeah.
I have the
I would say that
Archon
he has-
staff and the shield.
He has
Those are my
net
two
worth.
most valuable items. I think they like when I tried to sell that shield. How much did Gavin say they would give me for it? I think it was like 100K. It was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
That shield is very expensive. So I probably have close to 200K in items. At level
I don't.
16, that's not too shabby. Oh yeah, how do I level up?
So basically, you would go to your classes and level, hit the magnifying glass next to your proficiency.
Okay, hold on, slow down. Class and level, the magnifying glass next to proficiency. Okay, got it.
Okay, what are you trying to level up? Are you going all one class?
Yeah, I'm strictly a wizard.
Hit the red dragon. Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
All right. Now, where it says you're a wizard, right?
Yes.
Okay. So where it says wizard and then has the red dragon off to the left, pick up that red dragon and then drop
Wait,
it.
what the hell happened to your character sheet?
What?
Oh,
Anand, it doesn't have wizard there anymore.
I have not touched anything. Literally nothing.
And then drop it into where it says class and level. Drop it into the wizard area right there, and it should level you up.
I hope so. Your
I
your
grabbed
character
the
sheet like
dragon, I
deleted
bring it
your
over
class.
That was weird. That didn't work the way I.
Oh, wait,
think it
what
was
the
supposed
fuck?
to.
That's how we
confused.
done it.
I honest to God I have never touched this. I promise you.
Did you go to main menu and go to class and level and then hit the magnifying glass?
Yes.
Hold
Okay.
I literally followed your instructions
We gotta make a
verbatim.
picture.
There you go.
Okay.
What did
He was
you
trying to
do?
level
Oh,
up, and that's what we usually
Okay.
do to level up. But
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
don't-
what I did just then.
yeah, see.
Weird.
I don't
What was
know.
your hit points before? Because now it's all weird.
I don't know.
Here, I'll figure it out.
Oh.
Calculator.
And how many spells am I supposed to have now that I leveled up? That
Oh, well,
also
that's
matters.
easy.
Two
You
plus
learn
five,
2
2 more.
spells. Yeah, you learn
Oh,
2
I have
spells
2 more.
whenever you level up.
Wagyu. Okay. All right, I gotta put
So
these kids
you
to bed
got-
to pee. 1 sec.
Hey, Gavin.
What's up?
Do I get another character sheet to play with?
Eventually.
Okay.
Oh God.
All
Like
right.
like we
Hey,
like we need more NPCs.
in all fairness, I've been working on getting this in PC for like 3 years.
That's just sad.
Hey, that is committed. You married a committed man.
Marte, I'm not sure where all your hit points are coming from with Anand.
He just said he stepped away, man. He was putting the kids to bed.
Okay. Because it's not. It's showing for him that he's got 130 hit points, but like, my math is showing that he should have like 99.
Does he have the tough bee or anything like that?
Let me look. He might. If that's it, that would explain it. But no, he doesn't.
Yeah. It was,
Do you know what it was before his level up?
No, that would be the problem.
Well, I can always
you
just like
roll
check
for
the
some of
recording,
this?
but if I need to, I can always check the recording, and it'll show me what it was. But there's a so here's the thing: your simulacrum is supposed to have half your maximum HP. So his simulacrum has 55, which would mean that when he was level 14, his maximum hit points would have been like 110. But even then, that would put him at 128, which isn't 130 for right now, but I just don't know how it would have gotten to 110, where he had it at level... I'll ask him when he gets back, but, like, the math isn't checking out. Unless he's been rolling and has been getting incredibly lucky on every single roll. But that would take some, like, phenomenal luck to ever get to 130 hit points by the time you're a 16th level wizard. Especially just with what his constitution is.
I think up for my next character, or next campaign, next character, whatever comes first. I'm gonna roll all of my hit points.
You know,
Instead
roll
of
all of
taking
them?
the advantage.
That's risky.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit.
Damn it, I didn't know there was anything in that, and I spilled it on me. I'll figure it out whenever he gets back.
What did we have planned to go? What was?
Rhyme Shield is like the next place back onto the main quest line.
This works for me.
So that's really all I went off of.
That's fine. Don't matter to me.
You did have a few people that, I mean, are in Avernus right now, but where you go is up to you.
Oh, that's right. Julius's Simulacrum. Or not Julius's Simulacrum. The other Simulacrum, Voss's Simulacrum, is back in Avernus.
Yep.
Whoopsie!
Do we want to go back to Mass and go that way? Would it be? Do we have the magical teleportation circle for Avernus?
You've been to
I guess
that Heroes Guild, so I would assume so.
Yeah. So what we could do is go. Do we have the magical circle for where we're wanting to go for the main?
As far as I know, none of you guys have ever been to Rhyme Shield. I think in and out of the campaign. I don't think anybody has said that they've been to Rhyme Shield.
Well,
So
it doesn't cast
what
a
we
spell
can-
slot if there's a teleportation circle, right?
It does.
what I'm saying is we could.
Hold on one second. I'm going to
teleportation
change.
circle's not.
I got to take my
ritual.
headset off for like just a second.
Unfortunately, teleportation circle is not a ritual cast.
I thought if there was an established teleportation circle, it didn't take a spell slot.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's the case, because you don't even... If there's an established teleportation circle, you should be able to just use it in Banff to another established, like, an actual... Not when you're creating one. Like, if there's already an established one there. So,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
my thought process is, we plane shift to Rhyme Shield, we use that
Yeah,
teleportation
that's what we could
circle to just have somebody go and grab his simulacrum, and then we've got everybody in Rhyme Shield.
And then come back. Well,
Yeah.
even if they have to use spell slots, they can just do that, and then we can long rest at Rhyme Shield and have everything back.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well,
let's just-
simulacrums don't restore spell slots.
well,
if they
that's-
use
but I'm
one,
talking
it's gone
about
for
somebody
good.
who can.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
here-
somebody who can.
Ah, right.
This is what I'm saying. So this is the game plan, as it were. Yeah. We plane shift over to Rhyme Shield. We use the teleportation circle there. Pop somebody over to Ebonmast. Grab the rest of our folks. Use the 2 teleportation circles and pop everybody on over to Ebonmast or to Rhyme Shield. I think that's the quickest way to get everybody in one spot.
That works. Okay. So, and in fact, if anybody is curious about where you are going, Ebonmast is in...
Well, we're going to Rhyme Shield. We're just
Rhyme
gonna
Shield, that's what
pick
what I
them up
meant
from
to say.
Ebonmast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
get it. It's a little
Rhyme
confusing.
A little bit. So Rhyme Shield is actually the capital of Avernus, and if you want to see what it looks like, it's page 114 of your guide. So it is... Rhyme Shield is, well, I said capital of Avernus. I meant capital of Wel'Kolas. So you appear in this... Kai, you're gonna have to move, buddy. Alright, so you appear in this large dwarven city. Now, Rhymeshield is a city of hill dwarves. So unlike the dwarven cities you've been here to before, like Stormhaven, which there really is no sky, it's all contained within a mountain because those are mountain dwarves. So these are hill dwarves. So their cities are all open air. So you appear in this like rocky, mountainous city, and it's interesting because Rhymeshield, it gets its name from this wall of ice that surrounds most of the city. It's a natural structure, after all, because one of the few mana veins that still exist within Vuel'Kalas happen to pass directly underneath, like in a straight line in front of Rhymeshield. And so it got its name from this wall of ice that literally shields the city. So it's a very structurally sound city. And it's a historically significant city as well to the Great Penance War that occurred 180 some odd years ago against the original Primal Vold. Simply because of how difficult it is to pierce the perimeter of this city. You see that you've appeared in what appears to be sort of like a craftsman's district, basically, with smoke pouring out of like gear encrusted buildings, with dwarvish citizens carrying loads of mechanical parts, scrap metal, just going about their daily lives. Rhymeshield is sort of a technical anomaly over in Vuel'Kalas, because due to the fact of the difficulties that Vuel'Kalas has had over the last couple centuries, and especially since the Great Convergence that happened 111, 110 years ago, however long ago it was, they've had to rely on both Alarath and Falthansia to make up for their technological deficits. So as a result, this city is a hybrid of sorts of the technologies originating from both of the other two continents. It's also a very culturally diverse city, especially considering its dwarven origins. While the general populace is still primarily dwarven in Rhymeshield, there's a lot of humans, a lot of gnomish immigrants, halflings, dragonborn, tieflings, Goliaths. You even see the occasional tabaxi or shifter on the streets of this town. The island that this is located on is called the Titan's Fissure, just so you know. It's a small island off the coast of Vuel'Kalas. And that's pretty much all there is to it. If you want further details, page 114, if you want to read more about the city.
So this, so the car that I have that is now going to be coming back in size within 10 minutes. Has it come back in the size? Like, same size it has?
Not yet, unless something you need to do involves it going back to its original size, and in that case it has, but
nothing pressing. I just want to roll around in my 2.4.
Then sure, you have your fucking hell vehicle that returns to full size in the streets of the city.
Yeah, I want to see the looks I get. I want to see what they think of my vehicle.
Well, they originally give you a wide berth, but at the same time, you got to consider the world you live in. Yeah, nothing is. It takes a lot to really have like some shock value. I mean, think about it. Think about other kinds of shit that people see on a daily basis. Yeah. You're driving this hellish skull-encrusted car that shoots out a smokestack of sulfur behind it as it drives.
Heck yeah.
And leaves scorch marks on the road behind you as you drive it. But all in all, been there, done that, seen that.
Oh no, just a Tuesday.
Just a Tuesday.
Suck the energy out of that one, didn't you guys?
What are we doing here? Oh wait, we need to find a teleportation circle, don't we?
Yes. We need to get a teleportation circle to be able to pop back to Avernus. And we're
there
also
is a Heroes Guild here.
Meeting Zariel and everybody else that we, just we're dealing with not that long ago should be showing up here somewhere in the city.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to keep an eye out for a church.
a church.
Take me to church.
Yeah, he's not married. So
Oh
he's
yeah.
not-
Well,
probably
so
wants to do that.
in this particular city, most of the churches are going to be churches to Moradin. If you're okay with having a dwarvish wedding, then by all means.
Consider.
well,
I know
actually,
about,
No, I don't think they're gonna be
angel
very
of death
particular.
Weddings.
you know what?
Do what?
I can't do it until I gotta have at least Miss Lily there as well. So, no, not yet.
Ah,
Not
right.
yet. Miss Lily's gotta be there.
Well, you
That's
do
the
know that the
conditional.
Witch's Forest is outside of Ebenmast right now.
Hey, question, Gavin. Would I know anything about Angel of Death weddings?
You would. It involves a lot of candy and sprinkles and
oh, is that what
lots
it
of
involves?
fornication and
No, it does not.
a little bit, doesn't it?
No, it does not.
No?
It is not
Alright,
porn, my guy.
Then you tell me what's involved in an Angel of Death wedding.
Oh my god.
Black sprinkles. Duh. No.
So, an Angel of Death wedding is basically it's made to be very regal. It's supposed to look a lot like whenever Shaz got married into royalty. It's a replication of that, which means either party can wear the wedding dress. It doesn't matter.
And very fine and ornate decor. It's definitely like a 5-star meal,
Yeah.
lots of nice decorations and
Lucas.
flexible gender roles.
Lucas, have you ever heard of the Angel of Death wedding?
I mean, I've heard of them, but I don't really know much else about it.
They're very.
Says
it's
the
very
creator of the religion. Yeah.
They're very nice, very regal, and either one of y'all could wear the dresses. It's wonderful. You should definitely have an Angel.
Why
of
would
Death.
I wear the dress?
Well, that was just how the Angel of Death rolled, as far as I know.
She looks to you and says, "Sometimes." Never mind.
But now you don't have to. You could wear a suit. Like it's whatever preference you have.
She stands
It's
next to
truly
you,
wonderful.
insinuating the fact that she is several inches taller than you, almost on purpose.
Wait, so what, she wants me to wear heels? Is that what she's trying to imply here?
They're called lifts,
Lifts,
and they're
I
very
know.
classy, if worn correctly.
I see Lucas wearing like the goth.
I'll look through my bag right quick to see if I've got a potion of enlarge. It's like maybe I could just throw that out for an hour.
The one that like double your height though, that might be kind of overdoing it a little bit.
Hey, I'm just saying I got options. But yeah, I really don't care what entity it's under.
I wonder if I could officiate the wedding.
Are you
Ordained.
an actual? Yeah, are you ordained with the Angel of Death?
No, I'm not, unfortunately.
So at this point, Neston speaks up and says, "I, for certain, would love to officiate your wedding under Pelor, or I could do Saloon, or both. You could have a Pallid Elf wedding. Involves the entire Trinity."
Seems
Just
like
kind of
a
like
wedding.
on the slide and Neston. Don't they don't care for devils?
Well, I mean, who cares if someone is a tiefling?
Wink.
Are you stroking out, my guy?
Hey, dude. Call medic. Help.
This
Why-
seems like a boring
Why don't we
wedding.
put
You
a
don't
pin
know
in
how
this
to-
and we'll circle back. Me and the soon-to-be missus will discuss it and we'll see what we like.
Agreed, Lucas. It is y'all's decision at the end.
So,
First, we got a war to win, don't we?
well, first we need to get our people from Ebenmast.
That is true.
So,
So,
where do we know that there's a teleportation circle so we can get them?
Heroes Guilds always
Heroes
have
Guild.
them.
Let's see the Heroes Guild.
I've been driving there since we've been talking.
Yeah. Oh, I realized I have an entire inventory of stuff for this Heroes Guild that I did not identify. So let me identify the shop in case
Oh
you
shit,
guys decide
we have
to-
stuff in the last fight we didn't identify.
Do you?
Yeah, there was like a pair
Oh, yeah, I
of
did.
gloves and the flail that Yaganu, whatever his face had. Like, there was a couple items
also
we got
want
from
armor.
him.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Armor,
Okay.
armor, armor.
I think there was like three items, if I'm not mistaken, that we got from him. I know there was the flail. I think there was a pair of gloves, and there might have been something else, but I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, the flail that you picked up from Yonogu is just the shattered flail from Baldur's Gate. But I can send you that link. To be honest, I forgot to make it, but that's what it is.
Is it any good?
But is it good?
I
Where it came? Where
That's
was
what
it
it
called?
is.
Is it good?
like how you just sent it to me. Like, you could have put that so that everybody could see
Oh
it.
yeah, let me do that. Well, aren't you the one
Yeah.
holding it?
I don't know. I don't know who
Okay.
actually got it. It's a +2 mace that heals the wielder with every hit they hit at an enemy, with the cost of potentially going mad whenever they stop attacking. Okay. Nah, not really. I'm not feeling it.
I'm intrigued.
So,
Well-
what going mad means is that every turn you just attack the closest living thing until it
Sounds
either
like
runs
range.
out or yeah.
No, like that just sounds like rage.
You lose control. So there's
Yeah.
it's based on other items like what is it? It's items I think of bloodlust. I think the items are called.
Yeah.
Excuse me. All right. Well, what were the other things, Gavin, or do you not recall?
So I know there were gauntlets as well, and those
Okay.
were
Can you also put the store up too? So we can be looking to that too while you're finding these.
Oh, also,
the what now?
The store.
Yeah, I will.
did it turn? By the way, as I'm throwing this out here, when we
These are
teleported,
the gauntlets that I had
Oh, sorry.
picked out that they were.
hey Gavin,
What's up?
when we teleported from hell into here, did our entire party come with us,
Yes.
or did anybody get left behind?
Why would anybody have gotten left behind?
Then I guess not. There's a discussion we had before the stream when you were talking about a certain somebody might not be able to leave hell because of the oath.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No, you got a point. A certain person is not with you.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Called Ungun. No,
Yeah.
Ungun.
Ungan.
yeah. Because he's
Whenever
sold
Brandon
himself.
decides to come back, if he does come back, I'll come up with a reason for his character to be there. But until then, he's in hell.
Nice.
That's like what's up? Unarmed strikes made with your fists while wearing these gauntlets deal piercing damage and bludgeoning.
Brandon
It's
wouldn't
basically
disagree.
useless.
And
if
addition,
you're
these values
a
have six
monk.
striking.
It's basically
Hit a creature
useless
with an
unless
unarmed
you're a monk.
strike with the gauntlets. You can spell roll charge.
So, however, the amulet that you get from him is sort of concerning. He was not wearing this amulet. You just kind of found it on his person. But all I can say is that this amulet has an emblem of a black dragon suspended at the base of this amulet.
I'll cast Identify on it. So, there you go, okay. Wondrous item. Ooh, what did it do? Each time
Wow.
a dragon is on the amulet, immediately target by a disintegrate spell. Fuck a duck.
And you don't know why he had this thing.
Bro, that's amazing.
Is
Wow.
it though?
Paladin it is.
For doing your breath weapon, yeah, I guess, if you get a build for that.
I mean, it would be probably good for Tony's other character.
Would that
Oh.
work for a draconic sorcerer?
Oh, I actually, I almost swapped out a spell that this would work out really well for. You can summon a dragon, it's like a 5th or 6th level spell that you can summon a dragon.
Hold on 1 second.
What is it that I'm trying to think of?
Does that only work on pure dragons, or would it work on a like a dragon-born sorcerer?
It's anything that has a breath weapon.
Okay.
While a
So,
dragon
to
wears
just-
the amulet.
I'm not going to answer the question. All I'm going to say is just read the description thoroughly.
Yeah, while a dragon wears the amulet and is attuned to it, its breath weapon always deals maximum damage.
The reason I asked is because
I feel like that would include-
a draconic sorcerer
Sorry.
has that ability where they can turn into a dragon.
I mean, you
You've
can always
seen
be
that?
polymorphed into a dragon.
Well, I was
Oh.
honestly thinking summon draconic spirit. I almost swapped out a spell to get that. That would have worked out really well for it, because then you can
Oh,
cast your
yeah.
breath weapon every turn.
Hey, where's that shop?
Azure Dragon.
Oh, yeah, the shop. I've got... Yeah, here we go.
Anyway, can we say, for the sake of brevity, make sure that Julia saw that? I'm going straight to get our people from Avernus.
Yeah, that's fine. We can just say for brevity that you've done that.
Okay. I feel Voss was without his simulacrum for long enough.
Yeah.
And they see each other and hug, and they're very happy.
Yay.
Uh,
Happy endings.
So you do notice, and the guild master of this particular branch actually isn't a dwarf, and this race is pretty rare. But you have known one person in particular of this race, that being Flora, who is no longer a part of the group. This person is a cat shifter. So basically, they look like a human, but they've got cat ears and a tail. And I'm trying to remember what her name was. I had pulled it from somewhere, and I forgot where I pulled it from. So we'll say her name is... let's see. She's a black cat. Umbra. We'll say her name is Umbara. There we go.
Is this different
Umbara,
from
the
the previous
shifter
black
girl.
cat that she knew? That we met?
Meow.
I don't know. I don't remember another... Well, there was somebody else in another group that was a cat shifter, but...
We met one of her people from Faceless a long time ago.
Yes, but that person was not a shifter. That person was a tabaxi.
I can't.
If no one else is going to get them, I'm going to get all 3 of those potions of greater healing.
Very well. Those are 300 gold pieces total for all 3.
Yeah, that's some change.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Ring of Water Walking.
That is 200 gold pieces. Again, chump change.
Also,
No.
I would like to say I'm doing some like catch up time with Kiara, but while we're here, what does she have? Like, do I need to like try and be getting her some stuff?
Does Kiara have? She has Nothing other than literally the clothes that she's wearing.
Okay, so we're gonna need to get her kind of geared up a little bit. It was 200 for the ring, you said, right?
Yeah.
2464. All right. Can you drop that in my inventory, or can I do it myself?
I think you can do it yourself. Here, let me just put it in the chat for you.
Okay.
And you should be able to do it on your own.
Okay.
I think I want. Well, hold on. Let me see if I have any money first before. Have we gotten paid at all, or are we still broke from buying the slave?
You know what? We'll say, since you're at a Heroes Guild, and you did just defend Ebenmast, we'll say that there was a writ waiting for you guys whenever you arrived, ordering that whatever the next Heroes Guild is that you visited, it is an order for them to pay each of you. Let's leave it up to fate. An extra 4,000 gold pieces when you arrive at your next Heroes Guild per person.
4,000? Oh my goodness. That was 64.
I want the scroll of water walk.
Scroll of water walk?
Last item on the list.
You got it. It's yours. That is going to be... That scroll is going to cost you a measly 68 gold pieces.
Nice.
I would like the ever-smoking bottle.
The ever-smoking bottle? Yeah, that's 200 gold pieces.
Get done.
Remember to be dragging these things in your inventory. If you don't do it, you don't have it.
How does this work? Is it a shop or just anything that we want that we have on a list?
It's so everything that you see in this parcel right here is in the shop. In the and they have as many as it says. So yeah, you just tell me that you want it, and you subtract the gold pieces that I tell you from your inventory, and after you do that, I drag it into the chat and you put it in your inventory. I'm very strict about this though, because I don't like the tediousness of putting every little thing in every single person's inventory. You have to do that part yourself. If you don't do it, then you don't have it. You spend the money on nothing.
Yeah, my thing's not working. I can't
It's not. It
close or
should.
open any of them.
Tell me what you're
Then make
wanting.
a pill
I
for
need to
that.
drag it into the
I
chat
can't even
first
look
for
at
you.
anything because I can't open it, and I actually opened ever-smoking bottle, and now I can't close it.
You can't. You should be able to click the X. I think your
Fantasy
thing just might
Ground
be freezing.
It's not working. Yeah, it's frozen. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, now it started working, and it's literally been frozen for fucking ever. All right, now I can look at it.
There you go.
The drunkard.
So while they're kind of looking this over, if I just wanted to get her some decent armor, could I do that here? Aside from like what's on here?
You could, but as a sorcerer, I don't think she really has proficiency in any kinds of
Well,
armor.
I don't know what all she can do. I don't know her.
She is
her
a shadow sorcerer, same as you.
Okay. Any chance somebody's got some elven chain around here?
In a dwarvish city? Most likely not.
Heck, nabbit.
2,000 for a scroll.
You know what this music kind of reminds me of? Low key, it kind of gives me like intermission between fights DBZ vibes.
Hey, can I get the circlet of blasting? Did you say just slide it over to the left and then deduct the gold?
I put it. You tell me you want it. I put it in the chat. Subtract the gold from your inventory, and then click on the dragon portrait next to the item that you want. Open up your inventory on your character sheet and drag it into your inventory.
All right. Is it the max gold, the 500? I guess.
No, it is not the max. It is double minimum, so it's 200 that
200.
it costs.
Okay. Yeah, and I can afford that.
It's 200 for everything in the game except for potions. Potions go minimum price, and scrolls go half listed price.
You also just got 4,000 gold from the Heroes Guild.
Oh,
Yes,
I thought
you
we were
did.
going to get that later when we got to them.
No, there was a
we're here
writ
at the
to
Heroes Guild
add
right now.
4,000 gold to your
All right.
account. So
And you also have your simulacrum back finally.
Lovely. I can hook him up with some shit too.
you know, I'm looking at this shot of tequila the same way somebody like examines a ramp before they jump it with a motorcycle.
You don't really need to be just hit that just yet, then, Evil
I
Knievel.
was like, well then,
Easy, buddy.
probably not have it. If you have to examine it, you're like, is it worth it? Like, that's a no. The answer to that would be no. It is not.
So, well, actually, I'm just gonna let everybody buy their stuff, and then I'm gonna spend a bunch of money because I got my boo. I gotta get geared up now.
Ooh, I forgot that I put a belt of dwarvenkind on this list. I made this inventory like a year ago. So I genuinely, when I shared it, I didn't even remember what was on here.
Yeah, I kind of want to get that for the missus, but I don't want a chance of her growing a beard. So, you know.
Well, you only grow a beard if you are capable of growing a beard. If you're not capable of growing a beard, you don't grow one.
Then maybe I'll let everybody else do the thing first.
Is Marte back?
Yeah, he should have been.
I've been back.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to hammer
Oh, he
something
died.
out with you. How do you have 130 max hit points?
Why gotta be so nosy?
Like, I did the math for your character and what your hit points should be, and it said it was 99.
Or I have not changed anything. I don't know how. So I'm not sure.
Have you been rolling your hit points or just taking the average this whole time?
What do you mean?
Yes.
I've
When you
never
level
touched the hit. I've never leveled up. You always level me up. I don't even know how to level up.
We'll worry about
have
it
no
later.
idea how to use fantasy grounds. I swear to you. I have never done it. That's why I always say, hey, Gavin, can you level me up? I don't know how to do it. The only thing I ever add and subtract on here is our spells. Which is literally what I'm looking through right now. Whenever I get a level up, but
I just realized I
don't
made
touch
an
anything
error in my math.
else.
Well,
Nice.
you are staring at a container of tequila, so that might have inflicted something.
There's a fair possibility.
Okay, so your hit points should be, it says it should be 114. So it's only off by
Okay.
one level. So here's what I think happened. I think when we went to do this last level up, and it showed that you like just randomly added like one level to your character of a different class, and then I added
Okay.
another level. I think it did that twice because your hit points are
okay.
exactly one level's worth higher than they should be.
Okay. I suppose that would make sense.
That's just a double click, is what that is.
All right, there we go. So, has everybody had a chance to look and decide what they want?
Yeah,
If you
I'm good.
haven't, then take your time. It's fine. I'm just asking.
I'm totally done. I just wanted that one thing. I'm trying to save my money up.
For
I always
what?
look for things that can give me damage since all my spells are crowd control and no damage.
So you got that circlet of blasting.
Yeah.
That's a good shit though. I like the circlet of blasting. All right,
Anybody
that is
know any
sold.
spells that they want me to have that I don't?
The circle of blasting of Baldur's Gate is like way better than the circle of blasting on here. I'm noticing.
Well, there's a lot of things that are pretty different with that.
Well, there's even spells and stuff like that that is way stronger. Like False Life on here is phenomenal. Extremely useful. And a lot of other stuff is just buffed. Like it does, some stuff will do max instead of a roll.
Just a random thought. How cool it would be if we could make our D&D world in a Minecraft world?
That would be pretty cool. That would take an absolutely insane amount of time to do, but
It is possible.
it is possible.
Yeah. But anyways, let me get back to what we're doing. I just wanted to throw that idea out there.
And then we could like play Minecraft. But I don't think too many people here have a good enough computer. I know I do, and I know you do, Sean.
I have a good enough.
but
I just
You'd
yeah.
have to be able to have Fantasy Grounds open and Minecraft open at the same time. So 2 monitors and
Yeah.
a good enough computer to run both.
I have a good enough computer to run both.
I need a second monitor is my thing. Actually, I'm going shopping for a new table so I can have enough space for 2 monitors.
I mean, shit, I
Yeah,
could
that
do that on
second
my
monitor is
Xbox.
clutch.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
It's hard to get away from what you do. I have 3. Like, I was like,
Yeah,
man, I'll never
same.
go back from 2. And then I got 3.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you-
I'm never going back from 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
considered a
Can't
fourth. I'm not
downsize
gonna
anymore.
lie.
Anyways, what are we doing next? What's going on?
Well, is
So-
nobody else buying anything from the shop?
No, I'm good.
Then I will, because I just didn't want to
Go ahead.
piggy. I want to get the... So, remind me, Gavin, is it half the cost? Or half the price? Or the mid... What is it for the magic
For-
items?
So magic items are double minimum, potions are minimum, and scrolls are half listed price.
Okay, I'm looking at the magic items. So, Belted Dwarven Kind is 500 to 5,000, so double minimum would be 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. Cloak of Protection would only be 200. Because it's 100 to 500. And then Bracers of Defense would be another 1,000. Yep. So I will take all 3 of those. The Belt of Dwarven Kind, the Bracers of Defense, and the Cloak of Protection.
And how much does that run you?
2,200,
I think?
Yeah, 2,200.
Yeah, okay. Yep, 2,200.
I do want to ask the shopkeep if there's anywhere where I can get slain bullets.
She says to you, well, I suppose if you were looking for that, the local blacksmith might be somewhere to look. These are dwarves, after all, so they are capable of arcane forging. So the metal that they create might already be imbued with some degree of enchantment from the moment it takes shape.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't want to make it a whole ordeal, so I just want to go look to see if they've got that.
Okay.
If you just want to give me a secret parchment, or if anybody else wants to look at it too, I don't care. But I just don't want to take too much time from actually playing.
Gavin, would you just drop those 3 items for me, and I'm good with whatever.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, bracers of defense, cloak of protection, and belt of dwarven kind.
Neat.
All right, so, Bon. So you go searching and you do find that there is a forge. It's a particular dark-haired dwarf that runs the place. His name is Rykard Highforge. And the first thing you notice that's interesting is this effervescent, almost like rainbow forge, this anvil when you go in. And as you enter, he's hammering down. It's this kind of tan, olive-skinned dwarf with dark hair, which to those who aren't aware, that's the main distinguishing feature between mountain dwarves and hill dwarves. since hill dwarves are out in the open and they actually get sun and they don't live literally inside of actual mountains, a lot of like hill dwarves for the most part have very bronzed complexions, very tan, usually have dark hair, don't see a lot of blonde or red hair like you do with mountain dwarves. Typically a little more grizzled than mountain dwarves as well. So entering into this blacksmith, you see that he's hammering away on this like magically enchanted anvil. Welcome to the High Forge. Rykard's the name. What can I do for you?
Yes, I was in the market for maybe some slaying bullets. Or
You know,
magic
surprisingly,
bullets.
I've had quite a few coming in here nowadays asking for such. It's hard times we find ourselves in. Yeah, I have such. Not quite as much of a supply as I'd like, but got about 10 on hand. If you have the
On
coin.
hand. That's more than what I've seen so far. Damn. Oh.
Right, that'll run you, however. They're a bit expensive, you see.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
How much coin you got?
I've got about 14,000 right now.
I'd sell you 3 of them for that much. We'll say for 12,000, I'll sell you 3. After all, bullets are quite potent. Gotta hammer away for a long time to create something of this magnitude.
Yes, indeed. I do know that much myself, too. I make my own, but unfortunately, I didn't have the ability to make these.
Right. So, how does that sound? I think it's quite a fair deal. After all, I can name half a dozen places that sell these for 5,000 apiece. I'm offering to you for 4.
You know what? You have yourself a deal.
Very well, and just so you know, Motley Crest, I've seen your face. You are, Bond, that's right.
Yes. That is me.
They say you're ranked number 3. You've climbed the ranks rather quickly.
Yes. Should be top, but we're working on it.
Well, if you're ever searching for any more deals or you need more ammunition, I do hope you will look to my forge first for your supplies.
Of course, if I'm ever in town, I'll seek you out.
Very well. He reaches into a case, opens up a lockbox, pulls out 3 bullets and shuts it tight, puts it back into another safe, and then locks that. 3 slaying bullets for you. You have a good day now.
You too. If you ever think about moving shop and making and somehow making it where you could do this mobile, I've got a ship you might be able to be on, and you could probably get to a more volume of clientele.
Give me a
Call like
persuasion check.
Mobile armory. Should I use a
For
luck
that,
point on that one?
it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a luck point on that one. See if I get something higher. Yeah, I get the 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you roll use a luck point
That's
to roll
right.
again, you still get your
Yeah.
choice of which of the ones you
Yeah.
want to take.
Yeah,
So
I'll
he
take the 20,
says,
it's fun.
I'll keep that in mind. I got a good thing going here, but your offer is certainly tempting.
Yes.
So buy a few more of these bullets some other time, and I'll think about it even more.
Oh, I bet you would. Yeah. Let me subtract that from my. And yeah, I think that'll be it for me.
All right.
Ooh,
Let me
this
put his
broke his
name
hand
down. His name is Rykard Highforge, and he is a blacksmith in Rhymeshield. He is an official character in the campaign now. All right. So, anything else you guys want to look out? Anything you guys want to check, or you want to just touch base on the war effort?
Probably go to the war effort.
Yeah.
Unless anybody else wants in. I knew Sean was buying that bag of holding. Okay, so you got him. Okay, cool.
Yep, I agree with checking in on the war effort.
All right. So, you make your way over to the southeastern wall of this city, which is the main front for the city's defense. And they're not getting caught off guard. I mean, even though... I mean, this is a city that remains constantly on edge. This is a city that's built to defend itself. I mean, the whole city is like situated behind a giant wall of ice. So, of course, but they're not taking it for granted. They are still fortifying their efforts. You see that they've got a good deal of like cannons and siege weapons that are all sort of like positioned across the top of this wall. And you see that they've made some construction on this ice wall, so that way it's accessible. I mean, you notice that there's tons of steps that have been carved into the ice, and they've got lifts and pulleys installed to make it easier to access the top edge of this ice wall. That they're also using to transport supplies and set up, basically to fortify their defenses. On top of that, you notice a few thousand dwarven soldiers that are already there at the southeastern wall, and more on the way, you're sure. On top of that, of course, you've got the Project Dawnspear, the Dawnspear army, that all seems to be gathering here in Rhymeshield at the same time, as well as the Dark Sons, who are also, as per agreement, are assisting in the war effort. So, as of now, there's 4 armies represented. The one that I haven't mentioned is, of course, the Volanshire Alliance. That's also assisting in the war effort, too. Then, of course, some scattered forces from other armies around, around Wel'Kalas. Like Northreach with the, with, like, those humans, the Skalder humans, that's what they are. And then the Wuxian humans from Ebonmast. So a bunch of samurais and, like, basically Vikings are all gathered there as well. And they appear to be just kind of discussing war plans. Nothing in particular that you pick out approaching, but they do notice a lot of you as you approach and turn their attention to you. With the Dawnspear commander, whose name I'm going to look up in my notes. So one thing that you do notice as well, though, is King Razar Wraithhelm is there, and you've all met him once before. Just once, but you do notice that he's there. On top of that, you've got Commander Megumi Anzai, who is there. In addition to that, you've got Don Commander Ulrich Zetgarth. And the floor is yours as the Don Commander turns to you, and he says, "Motley Crest, as ever, it's an honor, and might I give you my deepest regards for your defense of Ebonmast in the days prior. The attack was unforeseen, and I must unfortunately admit that the tactics of their commander, he got the better of me. but I can assure you it will never happen again.
Glad to hear it. Well, that's in the past, so I say we look forward. What's next?
There's one of you who is missing. Where's
Yes,
the
and-
dragon?
That's not the one I thought you would say was missing, but yes, he is missing. Lucas, remind me of last where he was at.
He decided to stay behind for the war effort, and he couldn't leave his people, if I remember that correctly, in the Volunteer Alliance. No, he wasn't for the Volunteer Alliance. He was a part of the guys that hated the Vold, so he wanted to kill them. I don't remember. We've had too many people come and go. We got too many NPCs, too many people that
Speaking
change
about
game
Ungon,
classes.
by the way. He's-
Hey, no, you said no. You said the part is was Ugon part dragon?
No.
yes, Ungon is a half
Yeah.
dragon.
Oh, I thought
yeah,
he
I
was.
didn't realize that.
He was
I
part
thought he was
ancient
talking
elf.
He's
Yeah.
both. He's a half dragon,
Oh
but
my-
the non-dragon
Yeah.
half is
His
elf.
Yeah, I was like, which
Dude,
one of his characters?
He's got like fucking 10 characters with mixed up backgrounds.
all-
The dude's in
exactly.
multi classes. Who knows?
And they're all a
You
bunch
can
of
throw a
races.
rock and you
Okay.
might hit one of his
No,
characters.
we
I don't
already
know.
determined that whatever
Anyways,
Tony's last character's name was. Why am I drawing a blank here? Drakon. No, Drakon. I've already. He's with Project Dawnspear. He's already over
Okay,
there.
Anyways, yes, he unfortunately signed his basically soul away to some devil, and now he's
Some devil.
fighting
devil.
E-devil, literally, and now he's fighting some war in the hells, doing his thing.
You adventuring types never cease to perplex.
That's actually where I got that from, and I point at my hellish vehicle.
He seems very intrigued by this. He's immediately sizing up this thing the moment he looks at it.
Well,
He
if you
looks
like
up at the
that,
defenses, some of the cannons, and then looks at that, and he says,
Yeah.
question for you, Vaughn. You're a bit of
Yes,
a tinkerer yourself.
Of course.
Do you believe you could affix that? He points to one of the large cannons across the top wall. To that, and he points to your car.
Sir, I could do.
Oh,
I
no.
could do a lot more than that. I
You're
pull out
like,
my
"Oh."
arcane. I pull out my arcane cannon. You see this? I fix this to our vehicle that we normally drive it around. That we normally have been driving around, and I make it to where it's detachable and reattachable onto our vehicle.
By the
I've
way,
already done
where
this.
is that vehicle of your guys' vehicle
On
right
the
now?
on the ship, wherever.
Where did you leave it?
Well,
I don't know. We got forked away. We got vamped freaking
well, don't
away.
forget, we also have the tank that the girl created. That we
Yeah.
got that actual
I think they're all on
tank.
the ship.
Then we have
I
the
think they're all
car
on the ship.
and the motorcycle, and now this vehicle. Bro, I hope you
It's-
get like a
it's all
GPS
on the ship.
locator.
right?
I do actually.
Everybody's
I do.
got to be low jacked,
think.
man. You know, yeet them.
I
fuckers.
remember I had the remote control that controlled the thing, and I think one of the things I wanted to do was put a GPS locator on it, and I forgot if I did it or not. I knew we were talking about doing upgrades to it.
I don't
But yeah.
think you did.
Where did we vamp from? Where did we get
Yeah.
forked away
Left
from?
from Ebenmast.
Then I think it got left in Avernus.
I'm pretty sure it did, yeah.
Is the Avernus taken over right now?
No,
Oh,
thanks to
okay.
you guys, it's not.
Okay, good.
Your. Oof.
All right, so it's safe in Avernus. So
Huh? It's an mast. That's all we can confirm. It could have been.
It's
It could have been. It could be on blocks for all we know.
I lock it anytime I leave it. It probably has a parking ticket or two, but it'd be fine.
I've been told, but it's fine. It's fine.
They don't ticket the Batmobile.
The Motley Crest mobile.
I added
Put it in a
one.
red zone. They don't ticket the Batmobile. Besides, I'm a billionaire.
Exactly. But yeah, nah. Yeah, but I could totally do that.
Get to it.
Hey, just throwing it out there. You should have some assistance because the guy that sold us that should be here.
Yeah, he should be here.
He is there, but surprisingly, he's just not standing next to you guys right now.
No, I don't know where it was, but
Some tinker. I mean, Trick. The Dark Suns have tinkers. Everybody. There's plenty of guys that could probably help me out with this.
Yeah, and you also see your commander, Commander Megumi Anzai. She's there as well. So for
Yeah.
those of you who aren't familiar with her, she is a Air Genasi, an Air Genasi samurai.
How many vehicles do they have around here?
Plenty. I mean,
Okay. So I walk up to the commander Ugami.
Megumi
pronouncing her name.
Anzai.
Commander.
She is the daughter of who was the major of the Dark Suns in the last
Yeah.
campaign, actually, in case you were wondering.
Okay. Well,
Sashimi,
Commander,
Miyagi, whatever.
I need
right.
to. I've got some ideas for some vehicles, but I need all the tinkers hands on deck. Anybody who has mechanical experience in working,
The Engineering Corps.
yes, of course. Yeah. Everybody who can. Engineering Corps, somebody who's, got some experience in it, even if they're not in the Engineering Corps. I think we could fashion up pretty good.
I would agree with you, except for the fact that in order for you to command members of the Engineering Corps, and for them to really follow your orders, that would take, frankly, a lieutenant is not quite good enough, not quite high enough to command members of the Engineering Corps. In fact, I think Captain sounds a little bit better.
It'd be my great honor.
As she hands you a scroll and says, "Take this to a blacksmith. Congratulations, Captain," as it has your new insignia on it to be stamped onto your armor.
Thank you.
And of course,
Commander.
with that, there is an increase into your salary. So
Of course.
allow me to give you a bonus, an advance of sorts, as she hands you a writ to turn into any available Heroes Guild or branch of the Dark Suns, ordering them to pay you 10,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
Let's
Commander,
go shopping.
this is
I mean,
a great honor, and I will take it with pride. But so, I would like to do this to all of the Dark Suns. I'm saying that right? Dark Suns. All of the Dark Suns vehicles that is able to handle it. I want to mount those cannons, or if we have even more of these, and I take out basically my magic bazooka, and mount them on the vehicles. And we can do machine guns. We can do all kinds of things.
We could perhaps make that happen. However, I'm gonna need a favor from you. See, the
no good deed, man.
the members of the Dawn Spear army, they continue with their frugality. After all, I've only been able to get them to agree to a total of 300 gold pieces per soldier in the war effort, and I feel as though that's not quite enough. So I would like to appoint you as the diplomatic advisor of the Dark Suns, directly reporting to Project Dawnspear, if you will accept the role. But you, frankly, you must convince them of their own frugality. After all, we are the greatest army in the world. Surely our soldiers are worth 500 gold pieces a head, not just 3. Convince them of this, then you are well on your way to another promotion and another bonus.
Let me see what I can do, Commander, and I will certainly try my best.
I'm sure you will, and I have the utmost faith in you. I await your next bit of good news. And about your previous request, you have the full support of the Engineering Corps. Consider them your interim. You are their interim leader. They are to obey all of your commands to the letter.
Sounds wonderful, and I will get right on this. And
500 gold pieces a week. Remember.
Yep, I will. I'll see what I can do with that.
Very well. You may be on your way, Captain. And as always, I will be watching your progress with the utmost interest.
I am humbled. I go on to instructing the engineering corps to mount cannons and stuff on the vehicles that are able to support them.
Yeah, so you've got about 300 or so armored carriers, all capable of carrying about 10 soldiers apiece.
You want me to make some rolls?
Yeah, give me some tinkering checks. Let's say
Well-
give me 3 of them.
Can I have one of the more experienced ones to assist me with it?
Sure.
So I have
Let me make some
advantage.
rolls
Alright.
real quick.
Well, okay. I was more experienced for advantage, but that works too. Tinkering check. That'd be. What was tinkering check again? Gavin, what was tinkering check?
It is an intelligence check. Tinkering is intelligence.
All right. Okay, it's not bad.
Literally, your tinkering checks is the only
How
reason
many?
that intelligence is important to your character. 3.
Yeah. Okay. Come on. I'm gonna re-roll that last one. So bad. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that last one. Fuck it. It'll be fine. We got this. I think that's my last luck point too. Okay. There we go. That's a little better.
So, the assistant that's assigned to you is Sergeant Linzell. Sergeant Linzell is a rabbit shifter, and she's a member of the engineering corps. So basically, she's an artificer, and she has a pretty good amount of experience when it comes to tinkering and stuff. Not quite as much as you, but she certainly knows her way around a wrench. She's a black-haired rabbit shifter, so looks mostly human, but she's got a set of rabbit ears. And other than that, looks mostly human. And her name is Sergeant Linzell. I've already added it to my notes.
Sounds good.
So she says, "It is an honor." Almost starts to call you Lieutenant, but then corrects herself. She says, "I apologize, Captain," as she salutes, using the ceremonial Dark Sun salute, where she puts a fist over the emblem of her guild. And
It's like-
embossed,
Fingers to the chest, not like this. It goes like this.
That's right. Well, whatever, like that. I know. I know it involves
I'm
a fist.
OG Dark Sons. So
Do the Sosageo.
Yes.
Sasageo.
Sosageo.
Oh my god.
I am expecting 110% from you. I hear you're very versed in the.
Just made sergeant a few months ago, but I won't let you down. I promise.
Alrighty then.
Now, Captain, you want a cannon mounted to 300 armored transports. What kind of timeline are you wanting us to accomplish this? That's, and with all due respect, sir, that is quite a hefty order.
Yes. Who was it that? Sorry, sideline. Who was it? The one that wanted me to do this?
Megumi Anzai, the guild master.
No. Not the no.
Right. No, the person that wanted you initially to do this is Don Commander Ulrich Zetgarth, but he didn't specify a number or an amount. He just was asking if it was possible to mount one of these oversized cannons on top of a vehicle that's like the same size as the cannon.
And I look over at Commander and I was like, how much time do we have? Or I walk up to him or whatever, wherever he's at. How much time do we have?
My preference would be 3 days.
I look up back over. We've got 3 days to do as many of these as we can.
Commander, I'm not sure it's possible to arm 100 vehicles per day. We might be able to do 50 if we really work hard. 100 per day. With all due respect, sir, I don't know if we can.
As many as we can, and if we can, let's see how many potions of watchful rest we can muster up throughout the entirety of the army.
She seems worried by both of your requests.
He's like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. With this
welcome to a sweatshop in a fantasy setting.
And I look at Commander. I'm like, Commander,
Yeah,
how many potions of watchful rest do you think we can muster up?
Let me look at something. She's all about the money, so let me look at how much those things actually cost.
No, not her. The Dawn Commander.
Oh, Dawn
Or both of
Commander.
them, actually,
Okay.
Both of them. I asked both of them.
We're gonna make some amazing stuff. We're gonna call this the Amazing Factory. In fact, let's just call it the Amazing. Oh man, how about maybe just Amazon Factory? That we're just gonna.
But I get
Nobody
both of them in the
breaks.
conversation.
He
There's
says.
a cup to pee in.
He says, I mean, if we're willing to pay a little bit more, then perhaps we may be able to muster up 50 of these, but I'm not sure how much of that how much help 50 of those would be to an entire core of the Dark Suns. And whenever he mentions paying extra to get more, she says, not an option.
How much are we set? How much are we talking?
5,000 gold pieces for the lot. And she says, nope, can't do it. You can
You know
work in
what?
shifts overnight.
How sweet.
I want to make this work. Commander, can you half my bonus to fund this?
Half it. Just
I'll pay
half.
it off. I'll pay it out of my own pocket.
Look at here, Jeff.
Let's
Pop
make
that whole
this
damn thing
work.
up.
This would only get 50 people for one night.
Gavin, in real terms, how much Do I
Damn
need
it.
to make a roll to see how much this would and produce?
Give me
like,
just a general, another tinkering check. This is just for general knowledge.
I
How much
think-
more this would get done?
I think it's coming down to like you can't hire 9 women to make a baby in a month. Like it just takes time.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it depends. This is 2023.
Oh man, can I re-roll that? I don't have any luck points or anything.
Are you sure you don't? I thought you
No,
did.
I don't have any luck points. No, I used them
Oh.
all. I used all my luck points.
I mean, there's
Hey,
no
you-
nat
I give
ones on skill check, so it still gets you something.
Can I give
Am I
one
there
of
with
my-
hold up.
Can I give him
Yes,
one
you're
of
there
my?
with me.
You want to
Bardic
give him
Inspiration?
inspiration?
Yeah. I'll go ahead
All
and
right,
burn
you can
him.
use up one of your
I
bardic
was-
inspirations to give him
I
another
was
one.
just gonna let him succeed, but whatever.
Where's my bardic?
Just let me re-roll. Or
I think
something.
you have a
It's fine.
D10. I think that's your bardic
I
inspiration
think it's
die
a
right now.
D12 now.
I thought it became a
Well, I
D12 at level
think so.
17.
Hold on, my thing's still bugging and freezing up on me. Give me a second.
Right on, you go. Maybe help me re-roll it. I'm fine with that. Or if I could just succeed, that'd be fine too.
Whatever. Tell me what you guys want to do.
Hold on 1 second. So bardic inspiration we're level 15 is a D12. It's my song of rest that
Ah, okay.
becomes D12 at level 17. So
Gotcha.
yeah, D12.
All right. So that makes it a 15. That'll do.
I'm gonna-
You're not
okay.
sure an exact amount, but you think if
That'll-
you had 50 extra people all working overnight, that might allow you to arm 50 more of these vehicles. Maybe. That's a high estimate, but it could.
Okay, and what if I use 3 of mine to work for the next 3 days? How many think I can armor for the next 3 days?
I'd say that it would probably
Basically
get
by
you
myself.
another. You're still just one person, but assuming that
Yeah.
you can do this quite twice as quickly as the others, that would give you, I'd say, an extra 6.
Extra 6. Interesting.
You're still just one person.
Yeah. Okay, what if I have somebody working with me, like her, doing it too? I give her 3 watchful rest potions for the next 3 days.
I'll
On
say
top of the
another
50
6.
already.
So
Another
around
6.
an extra 60 plus more. Estimate,
60
of
plus
course.
Oh, you're saying that per day? Okay.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm saying total across 3 days.
Oh, total. Across 3 days.
Because
okay.
the 50 that you're getting is only for one night. Because you're giving them to 50 people who work for a night.
Yeah.
So that's really only adds like one extra 8-hour period of time of productivity.
Okay. What would be the working in shifts?
Well, what she was meaning with that is that on on certain nights, people would just keep working through
Stay
the
awake.
night and get a
Oh.
level of exhaustion, but then just have the
Okay.
next night off.
Okay, what if we combined that with the watchful rest potions?
Then that would allow you to make a third more. So 150, you're at like 212 now. If you were to do that, then that would let you make a third more. So that would give you another. That would do it. That would give you another 100. That would get you there.
Let's do it. That's what we're
That
doing.
does seem a bit excessive.
That's
Just
what
a
Bond
bit.
does. That's what Bond does. Let's be honest. Cool. That's what Bond does. Yeah, let's do it. That's what I'm doing.
All right, you're sweatshopping this shit. Okay.
Yes, I am. Hey, at least they're not gay. At least it's not that bad. Okay, it's really not. They're getting rest technically. It's just by
On
magical means.
some of the nights.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. They're used to working. And Commander of the Dawn Commander, I would like to have a private conversation with you after this is all said and done for building these things.
Just
If we
you,
may.
or is it your whole group?
Just me and you. Private conversation.
Sure. He eyes you suspiciously.
Nah, I mean, they could be there. It's no problem, but.
All right. Is anybody else got something they want to be looking in on? Just want to make
The
sure I'm
next
not
3 days.
glossing over anybody.
Lucas
Yeah, I'm
has
good.
already gone to a hotel.
Gotcha.
Hey, Lucas. Before you leave,
There's just a puff of smoke, a Lucas-shaped puff of smoke where he was once standing.
Are we want to do another rest? Because I can always make another mansion. Literally, pull it out of my ass.
You also have
Lucas-
free lodging in the Heroes Guild too.
Okay, cool.
Lucas, this does allow you to earn some extra money too.
I did, yeah.
No, I'm talking about for me.
What? Do you need money?
No, I don't need money. I need Wash for Us potions, and I'll pay you a little extra.
What are you
My
doing
night
with all
is
these
booked at
potions?
the currently.
Lucas is
So
Wait.
let's
does Anand feel like
Say-
he's been like forcibly replaced, and there's like a streak of jealousy coming over.
You tell me if that's how he feels. By the way, so Sean, if what you're telling me is true, I need you to refer to page 145 of the guide.
Why you gotta make it weird?
I hand Lucas 2,000 and I get back to work.
I will get to that when I have the time.
Yeah, it's whenever you can, buddy.
Alright.
No pressure.
I mean, honestly, his evening's only gonna be busy for a little while.
It has been 2 years after all.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's gonna be the
2
most
minutes
glorious
wasn't
30
enough.
seconds
Or-
ever.
A minute wasn't enough in the depths
I mean,
of hell.
Let's be honest. He was making the
Oh.
joke about the magical darkness, saying a minute is
I
all
can
he needs.
see-
But if he's got a
I can
minute, what's he gonna
see-
do with the other like 53 seconds?
I can see
Exactly.
through magical darkness. I could see through magical
Bro,
darkness.
no, you can't be a magical peeping Tom. That's weird.
I can. I would have walked away. I would have walked
What, because of
away. I would've
blindsight?
straight
Is that it?
up- Yes.
So
yeah.
you basically see the way Daredevil does. So imagine like the Daredevil movie.
No, I walked away. I made sure I was 30 feet away at all times. Anyways, okay, I get this done, Gavin. Come on, man.
All right.
Alright, you said you threw 2K at me?
Yeah, I threw 2K.
Well, when I can, I'll try and set you up. 58, that'll be a 58.64. 58.
And maybe a couple, mix in a couple potion advantages with those if you can.
You're better off
I hope
sending
I'm not
me.
asking too much.
Shoot me a message in Discord whenever we have actual downtime. I'll take post
Yeah.
requests from everybody.
Okay. I think this is downtime.
I don't know.
3 days of it.
Are we getting 3 days? I know you're doing that for 3. I don't know what exactly like we
You?
are doing for 3 days.
You didn't need that potion of prevention, did you? I still have it in my inventory.
Prevention?
Yeah, the potion that keeps somebody from getting pregnant.
Oh no.
I offered.
I'm good. How many times you gonna roll that thing, Gavin?
I'm just assuming if your entire night is booked, that's quite a few rolls that I have to make.
You know, we do have to do some talking to catch up, and, you know, I don't know what the magical equivalent of Gatorade is. I'm gonna need to, like, recoup a bit.
Magical equivalent of Gatorade.
you tell me how many times I need to roll.
No, we'll leave that to the imagination. I'm not throwing you specific numbers. Everyone can imagine whatever number that is in their own terms. I'm not gonna sit here and kiss and tell, roll and tell, or whatever you want to put here.
Roll and tell. All right,
I would,
I'll
I'd
just,
like
I'll
to
just keep
cast
it to like
polymorph.
3 then. I'll just take the first 3 results.
I'm gonna shortly before I'm gonna polymorph into a fly.
Into a
Fly.
talking about to be a fly on the wall.
Are you actually being
Yeah.
serious? Are you really doing that?
Oh no, because then it would turn into this whole like soap opera-esque thing.
You
I'm not
sure?
gonna
You sure
do
you're
it.
not doing that?
It would take so much effort, and I don't think it would further the plot.
I wish you'd said yes.
No, I'm
Because of
not.
something people don't
The rest
realize
of us
about that
have been
spell.
like, no.
You have the
You
intelligence
mean
of
the one that
whatever it is
only
you
lasts
take.
1 minute? Oh, you only oh crap! I didn't think about that. And it only lasts a minute, right?
Polymorph
I
lasts
think
an
it
hour.
lasts longer than that, but I was gonna have you make an intelligence check to see whether you even remembered what the hell you were doing after you became a
that's
fly.
fair point. That'd be
He could have been
hilarious. I get
eaten by a
smashed.
frog.
But
No.
then he would revert back and explode out of the stomach of the frog. So
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Be on the ceiling of their bedroom and all of a sudden just become a person again and just fall off naked.
That'd be hilarious.
He says, "Y'all want to make it a threesome?"
No, that's terrible.
Should have. Should have. That'd have been hilarious. But fine.
Anyways. Yeah, so are we getting 3 days of downtime, Kevin?
yes, definitely you are.
Okay.
What would I
Yeah.
even do with 3 days of downtime? Ooh, can I wait? So can I banish Julius
Sally
and make
or
another
boyfriend.
Julius?
Can you what?
Can I banish Julius and make another Julius?
You could.
I don't think
do
it works
without
that way.
Making. Can you?
Can
do
I
it without
murder
attention?
Julius and make another Julius?
You
Or can
could,
I have
but it
two
also, whenever you
simulacrums?
make a new
Yeah.
simulacrum, it just automatically deletes your previous simulacrum. He just becomes snow the moment you make another one. You want to make a new Julius?
Well, I don't think I have enough money to make a new Julius. What were you charging for him? 5K?
Yeah.
I only got 4,300 at the moment, so. Ooh, did Julius get 4,000? No, I know. he didn't.
No.
No, it's fine. No, he's been a good boy. I'll keep him around still. What would I even do with? I'm gonna go spend some time with the Archon. Can I do that?
Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I want to go hang out with the Archon, and I want to talk to him about furthering my plans in the grand scheme of it. What?
If I can just do something super quick here, because I'll spend a lot of time for 3 days doing potions and whatnot. But what I want to do is, if I can, and you tell me this works out, I want to shoot a message out to Miss Lily. I want to try and book a church, wherever it is. I want to talk to a Nod. I want to see if he'll be my best man. And I want to go ahead and get
What?
Looks like his feelings might be a little bit hurt.
and then
What?
I want Bond to be like my one of my top groomsmen there. Like, I don't know if I can have two best men. That's what I want to have.
Dude, it is your wedding. You can do whatever the fuck you want. That's the fun
I
part about
agree.
weddings. You can have 7 best men. Done.
So I'll have two best men. That's what I
There
want to
you
have.
Yeah.
I mean, or if you don't have enough spots, you can just make somebody the pastor and have them marry you. I know somebody who did that.
I mean, it works.
Well, you know what? Considering a Nod has the best voice out of any of us.
This is a fair point.
It's happened in real life, and now it's happening in the game.
Oh, here we go. I just celebrated. Today is my 2-year, what's it called? Anniversary of being a licensed minister.
Your
made
2-year
it.
anniversary, I think it's of ordination, I want to say, I think it's called.
Yes, 2 consecutive years as of today.
Aw.
But my goal is in the 3 days downtime, third day, I'm getting hitched.
Okay.
Any plans for a honeymoon?
I mean,
No,
the
war.
universe is about to get destroyed. I only got so much time.
A war. Honeymoon.
I
So
hear
at the,
Luminarius is nice this time of year.
It's really pretty.
At the reception, we're gonna have to do some magical finagling, but we're gonna make a ballroom with lights in the sky, and then I'm gonna cast reverse gravity on the entire party, and we're all gonna dance upside down.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty
That's
cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's called Dancing Lights. I'm pretty sure Nestor
It
has
would
it.
be awesome.
I'm just thinking of all the vomit. Okay. Like, I'm good down here, guys. I'm just gonna go. Just yeah. I don't. Where's the umbrellas?
That'd be
I'm good.
legit. Yeah.
So
Could
does
you
anybody else
imagine-
been in downtown?
Could you imagine somebody drinks too much and they walk over like to the edge of the reverse gravity, but not all the way in it, and they like projectile vomit into the reverse gravity,
That would suck.
and it just.
They don't get invited back.
No.
All
All
right.
right. So
My
I'll
turn.
tell you what, though, since we're coming up on like 10:30 something, unless you guys have anything else that you kind of want to handle, there's not really enough time to get into any other big things. So any small things you want to do or you want to cover, you want to talk about, all ears for that.
I
I
want to talk to the Archon.
yeah, let them do. All I need is for everybody to shoot me what they want me to make, alchemy wise, and then Gavin just send me like her character sheet, I guess, so I can know what would be the best thing for her build.
We'll do. I'll send you some screenshots.
Yeah, whatever. But that's it for me. Everybody else
So,
can do the thing.
I've got sort of an idea for her character too, and I think you'll like it.
Just on the third day, I would like to talk to the commander of Dawn Guard. I think it was the one who wanted me to build all these things, and I'm assuming we get it done.
You make exactly like you're at near the end of that third day. You're cranking along, and you just barely finish that third 101, but you manage.
Nice.
And everybody's exhausted. So, but
Yes.
I mean, you were driving them for those days, and you're not a lot of people's favorite right now because of how hard you had to work them. But you got it done.
Nice.
I'm gonna give a speech. I'm gonna be like, "Good work, guys. I know this was, a tough couple 3 days.
Somebody in the back
this-
gonna yell, "Shut up!"
This night,
Don't you
take
dare
it, so-
say pizza party, motherfucker!
it might not have been a good 3 days, but I enjoyed it tinkering with y'all. I might not be the favorite right now, but I will be eventually. I will be soon. You just wait.
You hear
I've
some
got some
grumbling over
finagling
that
to
last
do.
comment.
Yeah.
I've got
What are
some
we getting
finagling
out of
to do.
this, you douchebag? Do we get to keep
y'all
a
are getting-
potion?
Y'all are potentially getting. Y'all didn't hear this from me, but there might be a pay raise coming.
White.
Just
Maybe.
Like,
just
You hear one of them shout, "Last time we only got turkey legs."
it would be much more than turkey legs, my friend. Just hang in there with me. And then I do.
That's what they said the last time.
Uh,
Every time they switch management in this place is BS.
God, I don't know how many times I've actually heard that. Y'all are the best. All right, I couldn't even imagine
Bro,
a better
yes.
team. We are a family here, and we always want to
Yeah,
take care of our
not
own.
the family.
murder you.
There's no better team that I could imagine, no better team that I would hope for, and I just know that y'all were
Yeah.
able to make this. No one else could do it. We are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all that.
And then somebody's like, "What would be the best way to show that appreciation? How about a raise?"
Yeah.
And they're like,
Why was your bonus bigger than my
Working
whole
on it.
salary?
"Yeah."
How about a pizza party?
Bro,
No.
not the pizza party.
We were just talking about getting you guys a raise at the Fiji meeting. I'm sorry, not.
Bro, every single
Anyways,
time.
Yeah,
I want
gotta
to
talk
talk to the
Dawn
Archon.
Commander.
All right, so if you're okay with this, Nick, I'm gonna circle over to Marte's thing for a little bit, and then we'll circle back to you.
10-4.
A nod,
Not trying to be.
seeing that Lucas has decided to move on with his life. And,
Okay.
it's made a nod to side. I either am going to be upset about this, or I'm going to just take a hint that I need to do something with my life. Now I'm going to stop and think about the fact that I've spent so much time helping everybody else accomplish their goals, but I've not actually done anything for myself. I'm going to go talk to the Archon and be like, hey man, listen. Do you have a moral quandary with helping people achieve serious goals if they might not be the most I don't know how to put this. I'm not really a good guy, but I'm really straightforward, and I was hoping that you would help me do what I've been trying to do.
He says,
maybe
first
point
off,
me in the right
Anand,
direction.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
Oh?
No, you say you don't think you're a good guy, but you've spent the better part of the last year doing nothing but helping others. You feel the greatest degree of loyalty to your party members, I can tell.
Oh.
Regardless of how you might feel about the rest of the world, regardless of how you might feel about those who are not of importance to you, you look out for your own, and your track record has shown as such.
Well, I hadn't really thought about that, but thank you. What I want to do, and I don't know the best way to do this, so I wanted your opinion. My goal is to reestablish a place for people like myself, and to forcibly take back our land, to have enough power to rule over it. So I need an army of really strong mages, but the only way that I could do something like that would to have influence, and the only way I am going to get influence, considering my humble background, and I have no intention of being the righteous, holier-than-thou type of individual that will garner support from the masses, is I need to be strong enough to command followers. So instead of attempting to go, spend my life finding pieces of Vecna and doing it the old-fashioned way, I figured I would just get your opinion as to how I could put myself on the right track for gaining some influence in the magical world.
We have this conversation elsewhere.
Okay.
He casts teleport
Okie dokie.
and takes you to the exterior of the city. So you find yourself in a snowy forest. You can clearly see that you're not too terribly far, probably less than a mile away from Rhyme Shield, because you can see the very large skyscrapers of the city jutting over the treetops off in the distance, but you're a good ways out of town. And he says, as a symbol of trust, I'm going to share a secret with you that very few know.
Okay.
And when he says that, you see his entire form, his entire silhouette, encompassed in this bright light. As you see his human form shift and grow in size, before standing in front of you is a massive silver dragon.
Oh, crap. Well, so glad I didn't try to murder him whenever I was thinking about
It was like, in retrospect,
it.
He says,
you.
most, and his voice has a booming quality that it didn't before. He says, most know me as the Archon. However, you may call me Blarakiel.
Wait, so this blast in the staff is legit yours? Oh, man. That's a really cool spell you got going there. I gotta know where you got the inspiration for this.
We'll say from an old friend.
Legit, are his balls orange?
What?
I just have to know.
Like, what? Yeah.
I would not have any idea.
I am very confused right now.
I have to admit, I was just kind of halfway listening, but that conversation just took a turn.
It did. Are you legit saying that, or
No, I'm not. I'm taking the conversation seriously. This is just my inner monologue.
Okay. He says, much of my ability as a wizard was taught to me by one of the first archmages of the Magi, a man who goes by the name of Velastrios.
Oh, snap. I've heard that name.
I'm sure
Does
you
sound
have.
familiar.
And he does yet still live. However, he's a bit of a hermit. Really tries to avoid contact with others. Is not really the social type. So I tend to act as his envoy. I represent his interests. I sort of exist as the face of the Magi. They've offered me numerous promotions, and frankly I do not wish for them. I feel as though my draconic ancestry gives me an unfair advantage. And while I am respected for my magical prowess, to a large degree, I feel as though I do not deserve the respect. After all, much of this power has always been mine. After all, being a dragon, I am naturally gifted with magic. But with that being said, I try my best to add to the power of the veil, to strengthen the mana of this world by creating spells. In fact, it's a bit of a hobby of mine. And perhaps I could teach you how to do the same, how to craft your own spell, make your own impact on the magical world. Something to truly call yours. A legacy.
I would like that. Very much.
Then that is what we shall work on. Come up with something that truly represents you. Something that encapsulates your identity as a mage. And let us give it form.
I already know what I want to call it. Nod's Ritual of Slaughter.
A Nod's Ritual of Slaughter? Is this a 9th level thing we're talking about, or is this like...
I don't know. I need to think about the parameters of it, but
we'll talk. We'll talk. I mean, I'm definitely not saying no. We just need to talk about the specifics. So, in fact, there's not a whole lot I'm gonna say no to. The only thing that I might adjust is, like, you know, the numbers of it. Like, you know, if you're like, this spell does 87 d20 of all kinds of damage, I'm like, we'll tone that down a bit.
okay, just a smidge. This would.
But the way it functions is largely up to you. I'll just
Okay.
I might toy with the numbers a little bit.
Okay. Oh, that would be sick.
He says that, makes the effects, gets poisoned, gets paralyzed, gets frightened.
Yeah.
You just think about what you want it to do, and I'll tell you what level spell slot it would have to
It's
take for it to do
suspended
that.
upside. Like, well, I think about it. A non specializes in time and gravity, so it's raised off the ground, frozen in time, and then subjected to like,
It turns them inside out.
like think about a black hole centers in the center. It centers inside of their stomach or something, and just slowly pulls them in until they disappear. That'd be pretty cool.
And so the effect, the way I would word that is like, if their hit points are reduced to 0 from this spell, their body is sucked into a singularity and is never seen again, basically.
I could get behind that. Yeah, I could get behind that.
You take some time to think about it. Send me some messages on Discord with what you come up with, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, that works.
All right, and now, Bon, you wanted to check in and you wanted to talk to the commander,
Yes, not
the Dawn commander, right?
Yeah, the Dawn commander. Yes.
Okay. All right, you have his attention. He says, "Well done, Captain Vortex." Or he has to correct himself because he almost says Lieutenant, but Captain Vorex. I knew you could get it done.
Yes. I wanted also to bring up another subject matter. I was hoping to renegotiate a little bit of the payment of the soldiers.
He hesitates and says, "We're already spreading our resources thin as it is. What were you hoping for us to pay?"
I was hoping closer towards 500 a head.
He's taking a sip of his ale as you say that, and he goes, spits it out when you say 500. He looks at you with concern on his face and says, 500 gold pieces a head.
I understand it's a bit of surprise, but look what we've done. All of your vehicles are armored. All your vehicles have been put in and made into weapons of destruction. Surely the price of this is worth having the primal Vold and the undead Vold out of the way for good.
He says, "Look at all of them," pointing out at like just regular civilians in the city. Do they deserve to starve just so your forces can fill their gullets with more ale? Does that really seem right to you, Captain? Do these people deserve to suffer just so your commander can sleep on a softer bed? At this point, he is enraged.
It is not for the commander. It is for the soldiers that are risking their lives to kill these Vold.
And how much of the money is going directly to them? How much do you think your commander is really giving directly to them from the money that we are paying them per head? So if you want to know what the answer actually is, it's only about 50%. But he doesn't necessarily know that, as far as you know. Just so you know.
Yes, the Dark Suns take a little bit off the top, but I promise you, majority of that money will be going to the men that are fighting, that are risking their lives, to. Well, I was actually going to talk to the. I'm not really lying. I was actually going to talk to, out of play, I was actually going to talk to the commander about if they do get this 200 more ahead, that most of that money goes towards the men, not the Dark Suns. I get she's trying to run something here, but come on now.
I gotcha. Okay, then we can just make that a regular persuasion check.
Yeah. Whether I persuade her of that, I truly believe that this money is going to go more towards the men than towards that.
No,
I'm not
I
actually
get you.
receiving it. Yeah. But I was gonna say, these. Look around. If it wasn't for these men, putting their lives on the line to kill these Vold, these people wouldn't be able to eat. These people would be 6 feet under. These people would be somebody in these beasts' belly. They would be eaten. They would be the food.
And does it hurt your conscience at all to know?
Please go check them out.
Okay.
Thank you.
And he says,
Okay.
no. He says,
sorry,
does it
go ahead.
hurt your conscience at all to know that you would be taking this money directly away from the people? Because that's where it would have to come from. We cannot pull it from anywhere else. The cricket. The cricket was perfect.
I will agree.
Okay.
It'll be pain. I will agree. It'll be painful for a little while, but I feel like it'd be less pain. less pain than be eaten by a bold.
Just give me a persuasion check. It's gonna let you know it's gonna
And
be a pretty high DC for this one. but-
What? Okay. Oh, I'm
So
really
close to
I'm
that
re-rolling
19. Do you have luck points? I thought you were
It's
out.
been
Yeah,
yes, you've had
It's 3
rest.
days.
Yeah, it's been
days.
3 days, so you
yeah.
got luck points.
That's right, I did say on the third day.
That would be the DC. He says to you, against my better judgment, fine. You will have your money. But I swear to you, believe me when I say, your army will regret it if they do not make it worth it. He spits out that last part with anger.
And I go talk to Commander Gumi.
Megumi or
Say that
Commander Anzai. To you, she's Commander Anzai.
Okay, Commander Anzai.
Tell me the good news.
I was able to get the extra. I was able to get the 500.
And why do you not sound thrilled?
I am happy for it, but I do ask if this extra money, this extra 200, could more go towards the soldiers. If it is that percentage of the 200 is reduced to more go to the people that are fighting this war.
Well, as you know, we require weapons, we require food, resources, machines, new uniforms.
Yes.
I mean, you're aware of the costs of war.
I do. I am aware, and you're
And
getting.
as the
we're
conflict
getting,
intensifies, the monetary incentives must increase
yes,
to
well,
match.
I agree. But we also are getting a lot of. We are already getting a lot of land from this deal, and reputation from this deal.
Well, surely we have no shortage of our reputation. After all, without it, no one would be willing to pay us 500 gold pieces a soldier a week. Our reputation, frankly, is as good as it gets.
Yes. Oh, we also have another. We also have a. Yes, I understand. But I do feel that is, we give back to our soldiers to keep them happy. It is a smart plan. And I'm not saying we do this all the time. I'm just saying we do this for this one war. And I understand, they could be like, oh, I'm doing this more. But do it as more of an incentive. Do it as more of a, we love the hard work you've been doing. Here's a little extra on top.
Make a persuasion check. God, you're liking those 25s.
Yeah.
Normally 13 is an unlucky number, but for you it seems to be exactly what you need.
Yeah.
She says, very well. Out of the 150 increase, I'll add an extra, or out of the 200 increase, I'll add another 150 to their pay every week.
That's all I asked for.
So doing the math for that, you know that before, out of the 300 they were getting a week, they were only actually making about 150. Now they're making 300. So like you literally just like doubled their salaries.
I like to go on ahead. The Don Commander expects a lot now.
I'm sure he does. We'll show them that we're worth it.
Agreed.
Very well, Captain.
Have a good day, Commander.
You as well. Now, let me ask you, how does Bond feel right now?
He not the best. I think he did a good for the soldiers, but then again, also the town people are going to be hurting. But I think he truly does believe that, doing this will put a more, have the soldiers more ready to combat, more ready to battle, and
Increase morale.
yeah, increase morale and actually get this war done like it needs to keep these citizens from being hurt, from being.
So he kind of feels like he followed like the lesser of two evils, kind of.
Yeah. Like it wasn't the best happen, but it also wasn't the worst thing that could happen.
You know that Commander Anzai has a reputation for being very greedy, very money oriented, and while that has always been the case for the Dark Suns, there are some of the older some of the older members of the army who miss the days when Commander Vivi, as everybody calls him, was leading that army. Commander Anzai is great. People do like her. She's good at her job, but she lacks the conviction that Commander Vivi had.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've been trying to, adjust in this thing. Like, yeah, money's good, but it's not all about the money. It's about the people too, and that's what I'm trying to get her to realize.
And for Vivi, it was about both. He was all about making the money, but at the end of the day, he did want to do the right thing.
Exactly.
So, all right. So with that,
Who
and
knows?
anything else anybody wants to cover, any bases, anything you want to ask?
Who knows? I might overthrow her and become commander of the Dark Suns.
I mean,
I'm
you
out.
do
I
know
gotta-
that Aaron
What?
was actually
Yeah.
commander for a little while after Vivi was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm
Alright.
out. This guys.
all right. Any other questions? Anybody got anything they want to
Wait,
cover?
so is it Captain now? Is it
Yeah, exactly. It would be Captain.
Captain
My captain.
Captain, my captain.
Yes.
Your position is captain and your rank is captain, so you are captain.
Hey, how do we long rest ourselves again, by the way?
Oh, I'll.
You'd have to do that.
Yeah, I can
Really
do it.
fun for it.
Menu, rest, and long rest. There you go. You guys are all long rested.
We.
Woot. Woot.
All right. Sorry, I've been muted half the time because I just keep coughing. But I'll catch you guys later in 2 weeks.
Are you good, man? You sick or
All right.
something?
Kind of getting over something. I lost
Okay.
my voice for a little bit, and I got that back. So it's mostly better. I just have a little bit of a cough.
I gotcha.
Oh, please.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I'll see you guys.
See ya.
All
Alright.
Anybody have anything they want to touch on?
Not at all. I am out.
Actually,
Alright.
yeah, I got like this 10-point thing to like really.
Would. You would.
Nah, I'm done.
I noticed you're live streaming right now.
Yeah, it had been the whole time.
Oh,
It's because Kelly isn't in the office with me. She's just watching this from her laptop.
oh, right. I gotcha. I can't help but notice the cat pillow on the other seat.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Sure. That's what the cool kids are calling cool these days.
I think it's pretty cool. Oh, so by the way, yeah, I meant what I said about how I broke international law. So I brought
really
this
cool.
back.